GMGAGE, depending on where you are in this beautiful world today. I'm in the city of Angels. It's a beautiful, beautiful hot day today. It's me, Taddy, your humble host for episode 010 of On the Block today. Happy Labor Day for those of us in the States. Hope everyone has had a nice, relaxing 3 day weekend. And as you all know, as always, by my side is my goated co-host, my brother from a different alien mother, Mr. Lucky Soul. Lucky, what's good? How you doing? How we feeling today?
Yo, Taddy, what's good? What's good? Monday, another week. Looking forward to it. And what a way to kick off with On the Block, episode 10, with none other than Dev Majesty. Looking forward to this one, Taddy. But how's your weekend been, brother?
My weekend has been chill, man. Labor Day weekend, chilling with the fam, staying at home by the pool, relaxing. I'm gonna hop in the pool as soon as this space is over and do a little grilling and chilling and enjoy the rest of the day, you know. But I'm looking forward to this because this is not work. This is fun. And looking forward to this as well, brother. How about yourself?
No doubt. Yeah, I mean, we've had this on the books for quite a while. Looking forward to this. I know SMS has requested to come up, but SMS, if I could kindly ask you to just pause for one moment, we'll get you up soon and let us chop it out with Dev Majesty. But yeah, just thought I'd put it out there.
Yo, I got a quick pivot here since Wes is not here today, and we have an extra co-host slot. Let's throw SMS up in there.
Yo, you're the main man. Let's do it.
Let's
SMS if
do
you're
it.
down. You want to
You
be
want
a
to
guest co-host? Come on up, brother.
throw a thumbs up if you're down with that, brother. Throw a thumbs down if you're not down with that. Oh, oh, oh. Reacting to the emojis. He's requesting, so I'm gonna do it. Let's see. Let's see. Invite the co-host. Um, well, as everyone knows, or maybe you don't know, Wes is at a family reunion for Labor Day weekend. So I hope he's having a good time spending it with family, relaxing, recharging the battery. But the show must go on, so we will keep it moving. And SMS is up. But ladies and gentlemen, today we have growth and marketing strategist, eco growth lead of all domains, Swiss Army knife of Web3 builders, Dev Majesty. Thank you for being with us today. We appreciate it, sister. What's good?
Nothing much. Thank you guys for inviting me. I know it's a pretty chill day on the timeline. I think a lot of people are, I don't know, they're just chilling, I guess. But yeah, super excited to be here. I appreciate the invite, of course. And yeah, it's been a good, pretty chill weekend. I did work today, which, it is what it is. Kind of funny because Labor Day is literally about the working class, but that's of course for Americans, and my companies are all EU based, so the work does not stop. But it's all good. I'm just blessed, happy to be here. But I hope you guys have been having a great weekend. I'm excited for you that you get to spend time with family. Barbecuing sounds fire right now, to be honest, but it has been raining. I'm in Florida, so we get a rainstorm for at least 3 hours a day every single afternoon. And we're at that point in the afternoon. So yeah, it's a little rainy right now, but I'm hoping it will let up and I can go out for maybe a dinner or a nice little walk. I've got family visiting as well. And today was really funny because one of my family members is helping me purge my closet because I am a person or a woman that has a very excessively large and overfilled closet. It's a problem. So yeah. It's been a whole day thing.
I love it. I love it. So our office, or my old office, just recently got turned into my youngest daughter's bedroom now. My two daughters were bunk bedding for as long as I can remember, the last 10 years, and now they need their independence. And so now that was my closet as well, my office, and now that's my daughter's closet. So my wife had to purge a lot of her stuff as well. So I know how hard that is to purge some of your clothing that you've had so long, and some of the things that you've grown attached to. So I feel for you.
Depressing.
I feel for
It's
you.
so depressing.
Oh my gosh, good luck there. I just see the
The
look on her face, and
shoes.
she's like, but I will wear this again. I'm like, will you though? Will you? She's
So
like,
I'm
yeah.
thankful. I have the family member that's helping me go through. She's very organized and loves doing this kind of thing. And I am the absolute opposite of that. My brain and how I operate is like absolutely chaotic. My closet might have been coordinate like color coordinated, but it was all over the place. I think I'm worried about the shoes. We haven't hit shoes yet. I am like I love shoes. Specifically high heels from like every possible brand you can think of that I've been collecting forever. But anyways, I have over 300 pairs of high heels. So, I'm a little scared to start going through. I could definitely have like a shoe wall. But yeah, I'm a little nervous about that. But we haven't hit that yet, so I'm not gonna psych myself out. And I told her I was like, I'm gonna take a little break. I have a space. I'm gonna chill in the space, and hopefully not get anxious looking at my shoes.
You'll be fine. It'll be fine. You'll be fine. I got faith in you. You'll be fine. SMS, welcome as a co-host, brother. We appreciate you. What's good? How you doing? Can anybody hear him? Am I rugging or
No, I can't hear him.
okay? SMS, maybe hop back down and then we'll pull you back up. But full disclosure, Dev, I told my wife that we were having our first female guest speaker on the show today, and she asked, who it was, and I told her your handle, and she was like, "Damn, that's a boss ass handle." She loves that name. So you already have a fan in wifey. So I just want to let you know, no pressure,
I
no
love
pressure.
that. I love that. I gotta meet her. You gotta get her in Web3.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. She is itching to be in Web3. She's total Web2 badass right now, but we are looking to have her pivot into Web3. So would like to have you two link up and pick
Absolutely.
each other's brains.
You said you're in LA, right?
Yes, ma'am.
I love that. So you will be then at the Solana Summer Houses, I'm presuming.
Yes, Friday and Saturday. I haven't queued in for Sunday because I like to chill out on my Sundays.
Of
But yeah,
course.
I will definitely be there
I'm
on.
jealous. I wish I
Yeah.
could go. I'm gonna be doing a lot of traveling most likely over the next 3 months, and I don't want to like tire myself out because it'll all lead up to Breakpoint, and I'm already exhausted. I was gonna say excited, but I am excited, but I'm more exhausted than anything because it just requires so much planning and prep work and just a lot. But yeah, I'm so excited that you get to go. I'm excited you don't have to travel far, hopefully to get there. It's nice when there's events actually held somewhat near home where you don't have to actually go crazy out of your way and take a 28-hour flight somewhere, you know?
It's pretty much 15, 20 minutes. I haven't decided if I'm going to Uber or not so I can enjoy some festivities or if I'm going to drive there. But JW, Gentleman John, I've known him for a while and been wanting to meet up in IRL for the longest time over the last 3 years. So it's long overdue to one, meet him and then to meet all the legends that are going to be there. I'm looking forward to it. Definitely looking forward to it.
He's awesome. I love him. I got to chat it up with him twice. I was fortunate. Twice in a span of I think a month at Accelerate and Solstice, and he's like such a great human, like truly. He tells me about his family. Like, dude is just an amazing dad, amazing. I think he's married his wife. Like, dude's just a Chad. He's amazing. So I'm excited for you. Like, you guys get to meet each other. You guys are both awesome.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. SMS, have we worked out our technical
Yeah,
difficulties, brother?
I
What's
think I'm
good?
back. I was literally saying,
We can hear you.
you can hear me? All right, good. I was putting on my Meta glasses. I like using these for spaces just because it's easier. And I was like, this is gonna disconnect as soon as I try it. And of course it did. But shout out to Dev Majesty. Yo, you are so fucking like goated. I swear to God, like you give me inspiration every time I see you on the timeline doing stuff. So I'm excited to be here for this. I'm happy that this is the first lady on the show because I just added the first lady to the Master Chef program. You guys probably might have saw that. But this is also live stream, just so you guys know. It's something I'm trying out. I wanted to kind of explain and show to Lucky what I was explaining as far as this goes. I might dip out, but I'll keep the live stream going. And then worst case scenario, there's just, dead air music in the background, whatever the case is. Because I am going to go to the gym later if it is open, but I realize it's Labor Day, so that's also another factor. We'll figure that out. But I'm excited for this conversation, and yeah, I appreciate the co-host thing, but like I think I dropped down just on purpose, just because I know I'm gonna probably dip out.
It is all good, brother. Appreciate that foresight of knowing that you won't be sticking around for the most part. Thank you very
Yeah,
much. And thank you for pulling up, man. You're still co-host in our
I
eyes, even
appreciate
though
it.
it says
Are you
speaker.
talking about going to that event this weekend?
Yeah,
All right,
yeah.
so I'm like 69% sure I am going. It's all dependent on a couple things that happen in the next like day. But I did put in a proposal for an activation that really this is alpha for Marinade Finance, which would be rewarding for people and content related and a lot of fun. But we're waiting to hear answer on that. That's just some alpha for potential, but there's a good chance that I show up and I might be able to bring some of the artwork with me.
Let's go. Let's go. I got my seeker on Friday, by the way. So I don't know if you got yours yet, but I have
No, dude,
mine.
it pains me. I checked my email, no email. I got an email from Solana store or Solana Spaces telling me about the event has changed times, but no seeker. Just
Okay.
waiting.
Well, I got my seeker and we had our dad shit space on Friday, and I got nothing but FUD from all the saga holders about how bad the phone is, about how they hate it, blah 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 blah. And I'm just like, bro, I just got my thing.
Yeah,
Like,
let
come
me
on,
enjoy it. Yeah.
can we chill out? Can we chill out? But no, it's all good. If you do make it, looking forward to meeting up with you. If you don't make it, I know you got your hands in a lot of cookie
Well,
jars.
there's
So,
the only
let's go.
the decision making was like when I leave, if I leave like for the activation or if it's just going to be for personal, then that's going to be like a night thing. And I'll probably hit somebody and be like, yo, I'm here. Let's hang out.
We appreciate you live streaming and pulling up as well. So let's keep it moving. So, as you all know, nothing that we say on All the Block should ever be considered financial advice. And please always do your own research. And if all the lovely people could be so kind to like and retweet this space, we would greatly appreciate it. And today's episode of On the Block is powered by none other than Gotham Labs, the ultimate Web3 solutions provider. Gotham Labs provides various solutions for over 100 projects on Solana, including staking, trade stores, SBL staking, NFT token swap sites, and much, much more. Check them out in the pin post, and please make sure to mention OTB for a discount on any of their services. Gotham Labs and Gains is also having an airdrop of the Gotham token today. I believe today or sometime this week. So keep your eyes peeled for that as well. As you all know, we like to do I don't want to see deep dive because everyone says that now, but we like to get to know our guests. We like to get to see what makes them tick, how they got started in Web3, their unique journey. And we love basically asking them questions that hopefully most people do not ask. So, our guest today is Dev Majesty. Please take center stage and enlighten all of us on how you found your way into this crazy
For
Web3.
sure. I appreciate you guys and of course Gotham Labs. So big shout out to you guys. But yeah, my story's kind of like, I don't know, kind of funny, I guess, because I definitely never ever pictured myself ever being in anything financial related. Tech perhaps, but financial absolutely not. I couldn't stand it. I didn't grow up super financially literate. I was just passed on the knowledge my parents gave me, which was not vast. They are, I think both of them were second generation immigrants. My mom's Italian, my dad was Puerto Rican. And yeah, so they didn't have, this vast expanse of knowledge when it came to just financial literacy. Didn't grow up, wealthy or anything like that. Just a very average, like lower middle class family. You know, living in New York City, lived in Staten Island, kind of like the forgotten borough. But yeah, just in terms of how I entered Web3, it really kind of started during the pandemic. So prior to the pandemic, um, I was doing a couple different things, but the first thing I was doing, I was a medical assistant. I was working at one of the larger hospitals in Orlando, Florida, and I absolutely hated it. It was really trying for maybe I think like maybe $10 an hour, which by comparison to what they should be making and the work that you do, was incredibly difficult. We were seeing I was helping see maybe 40 patients a day, which is quite a bit for the hours I was there, and I was doing it by myself, and yeah, it was just really difficult. I didn't love it. So I decided I wanted to. I also have my cosmetology license, so I decided to kind of pivot out of that, um, and into doing more cosmetology. And I ended up leaving that job. I think this was like late 2019. And the lady I used to get my nails done, she owned her own salon, and it was really cute. It was super close to where I lived, so I was talking to her one time, and she literally was like, "Oh, I didn't know you were a cosmetologist." I was like, "Yeah, I'm a cosmetologist." So she asked me if I wanted to have my own business and rent a piece of the like studio, rent my own studio and have my own business. And I was terrified. And she said, "No, I think you could do it." And sure enough, I decided to do it. I don't know what kind of like delusion I had, but I decided to do it, and it went really well. And then that was for a few months, right? At the fourth month, I think I hit my like financial peak. I made more money than I ever had in my life ever before, more than I ever made from being a medical assistant or being in the medical field. Um, anyway, she got to the point where she was, I guess, hearing rumors about the pandemic, and basically she asked me if she was planning on moving back to where she was from in Michigan, and she was like, "Do you want to take over the lease for the salon and it can be yours?" And I was like, "Sure." And then COVID really broke out, and salon and anybody doing cosmetology or practicing cosmetology in the state of Florida was no longer permitted to work. And I decided obviously not to absorb the lease and the LLC. I decided to just pass on it because it would have been foolish. I can't practice doing hair. If you were caught, you could get your license suspended or permanently revoked. So I decided not to. So I had to sit at home. Thankfully, I had small business grants and unemployment. At the time, they were issuing quite a bit. So I was making quite a bit of money just on that, and I was really bored at home. And I remember just getting a phone call from one of my family members who is a dev. He was mostly doing IT, but he also is an engineer. And he was like, "Hey, have you ever heard of NFTs?" And I was like, "Actually, no, I have no idea what that is." He's like, "What about crypto?" And I was like, "Actually, yeah, I've actually been like, I kept seeing things about Bitcoin pop up in my Cash App. Like if you invested some Bitcoin, they'd like match it, or they had some kind of thing going on. And there was this video, and I remember watching it. It was about Bitcoin and what Bitcoin was. And I've heard of it before, but I didn't know fully what it was. And anyway, I decided to like lend him an ear and see what he wanted to do or say. And he told me about that he wanted to do an NFT project, and he asked me if I was interested in helping with like social media because obviously I was an entrepreneur, so I was familiar with doing socials, and I had been front facing for other companies like in the real world, like boutiques. Was a commercial makeup artist, so I would do a lot of stuff like that, and like on the side. So he was like, "Yeah, if you can help do this, like that would be great." So I said, "Okay." And we were first gonna launch on Ethereum, and we ended up deciding to go with Solana because we felt like Ethereum was quite saturated at the time, and we felt like we would never stand a chance because there was way too many projects. So plus it was more expensive due to gas fees. So we were like, "Oh, let's take a chance on Solana. It's kind of up and coming, the transaction fees." Again, I didn't know what any of this meant. I was just kind of like, "Yeah, guys, you do whatever it is that you do. I'll learn as we go." And yeah, I got introduced to Discord. I got introduced to people and community, and I just remember telling them like we were just ideating how to get the principle or the concept of what we wanted to do. It was all basically this project was surrounded by like the premise of it was mental health and music, and how music is good for our mental health or can be good for our mental health. That was the whole purpose. That was like what we wanted the core pillars to be. And we wanted to donate to all different like mental health charities through like a percentage of the mint funds. That was kind of like the whole premise and the idea of it. But anyway, we did it. I did it. I got hooked. I was obsessed. I'm not an obsessive person like that, but I think part of the ADHD that I didn't realize I even had at the time was when I learn something new, I have to like know everything about it and I need to be like an expert. And in my head, I'm like, I'm gonna be the best there is. Like, it's delusional, I know, like, don't judge me. It's literally just my personality. I've always been this way. I could literally learn like how to freaking jump rope and I'll be like, oh, I'm gonna be an expert in 6 months and I'm gonna literally like learn everything there is to know about it, the history, so I can literally recite it to you. And I'm just that way. I don't know. I've always been this way. It's weird. So anyway, um their project obviously didn't work out the way they thought it was going to. I unfortunately also had a death in my family. My father started getting really sick. And so I had to drop off from the project and I stayed in contact with the community, but I had to step away from like working in the capacity I was to help take care of my dad. So anyway, I decided to stay in Solana. A lot of them left, and I just decided I was like, I don't know. There's something about this, like the community part, a piece that I love. And I was in spaces like every single day because I loved it so much. I loved being around the people. I was talking to people in all different countries, and I thought that was like such a cool concept. My family thought it was absolutely insane, and my mom's like, "Who are you talking to at like 2 in the morning?" And I'm like, oh, they're like people, like my friends. And she goes, what do you mean they're your friends? You don't even know who these people are. They could be crazy. She's being a mom, she's being protective. And, I still did it regardless. I was a little rebel. And yeah, I just started really making friends. And then I went to my first IRL event because I heard it was going to be in Miami, and it was Solana, Miami. And the post that you guys just pinned up, there's actually, I think the very last photo is me at Solana, Miami. And I have like the pit visors on, the Solana versions, the very, very first ones. And that event changed my life. I met people that to this day have literally changed the trajectory of my time and career here in Web3. And I've always said this, that IRL events in Web3 are the alpha. Like, that is really where you get to shine. And I feel like I feel like I could talk to anybody. I'm a pretty social person. I'm an extrovert. And but I feel like the time I shine is, yeah, like online, like sure, maybe I could be like super personable, but I feel like I really shine in person. So like I just like connecting with people. I like looking them in the eye when I speak to them and just like seeing their body language. I'm just that person. And I just love that human interaction. So yeah, IRL events changed my life. Over the past, I want to say 3 years, because I've been in the space and now about 5 years. Um, I went through a drain. I had a drain that was like pretty awful. I think that was like maybe my third year in the space. Uh, I was drained. There was a compromise that was going all around. To this day, they still don't know what it is. I had one of my favorite people, one of my closest friends in the space, who now works at TipLink. He's one of their lead devs at TipLink. He investigated it for me because he thought it was really weird. He's like, this wouldn't happen to you. You like know what you're supposed to be doing. And he investigated it. He's like, I think this is the same people that at the time I think stole like millions of dollars from Soul Gods. If you know who Soul Gods is, it was like an OG NFT project. I think they're now like the Fracture. Um, anyway, there was quite a few compromises, like large scale compromises that were going on. I won't tell you guys who it was linked to because I'm not trying to get hate. Because it is a quite large project right now that we all know and possibly love. I'm not going to say where the compromises were rumored to be from, that they might have had a compromise, which can happen, guys, by the way. But unfortunately, it was a some place that I was connecting to often. And yeah, this particular dev said it might have been a compromise from that particular place. So unfortunately, yeah, I lost probably 90% of my net worth, which would now be worth, I don't know, maybe like half a mil. And that was all things that did not come from my personal investing. Those were things that were either gifted to me from just busting and grinding in the space or from work I did. And yeah, it's just sucks. Now you'd ask, like, why did you have it all in one wallet? Well, these are the lessons we learn. And if that's one lesson I could take away is making sure you always have cold storage, making sure you actually use it. And yeah, because I had a ledger and I didn't use it. And maybe again, lessons we learn. So you learn along the way. Anyway, um, at that time, I actually, it's crazy because I had enough money to get into Monkey DAO, and I got a Gen 2. It was my one of my big girl purchases because it was like I think it was like $12,000 at the time. Whatever Soul was and however much Soul that was, it was like a lot of Soul, and it was like a $12,000 PFP. Super expensive, crazy. I felt like on top of the world. Huge accomplishment. And I was in Monkey DAO, and then obviously I got drained maybe 3 months after that. So then I got booted out of Monkey DAO, which sucked. And I was like, I told myself, guys, I'm gonna be back in Monkey DAO someday, and I'm gonna do something significant. I don't know what it's gonna be, but I'm gonna do it. Sure enough, literally, I think 2 years or a year and a half after that, after literally losing like two people in my family, going through a bunch of other stuff, going through like losing friends that I was friends with in the space that decided to just leave the space, um, and other IRL events, and maybe disconnecting for different points when the FTX collapse happened and all these different things, right? Different contracts I worked, working with people, they owe you money, and you just go through a lot of different types of scenarios in this space. um, and you choose to either stay or go. And even with all those crazy things that occurred and happened, something just kept bringing me back, that I was like, no, I feel like I need to be here. Like, I don't know why. There's something that keeps drawing me here, and I need to be here. So anyway, last year, the beginning of the year, my same friend who worked in TipLink, he was also a board member at that point for Monkey DAO. And he told me, hey, they just established a new role called Gen 3 Observer. I know you just wanted back in Monkey DAO, and you got a Gen 3, which was quite a like much better entry anyway. So you should definitely, go for it and see. And I was like, yeah, but I haven't really I'm out of touch. Like, I know who's going to vote for me. Like, why would I even do this? He's like, no, no, no. He's like, just do it. We'll see what happens. And I was like, okay. So I remember doing it. It was like 11 at night. I did it. I was with my mom, and I told her, I was like, listen, I just applied for some random position. I don't know if I'm going to get it, but if I did, that would be absolutely crazy. Well, guys, I didn't get it. And I was very sad. But I was like, it's okay. I kind of knew this would happen. A couple days later, I get hit up from my same friend, and he tells me, hey, um, so the person that actually made it for personal reasons doesn't meet all the criteria or didn't want to do certain things in order to be a part of it, right? You have to sign certain documents, you have to KYC and different things like that because you're dealing with sensitive information and an NDA and blah, 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 right? So for personal reasons, he just didn't want to, which is totally normal, especially in this space. So they ended up asking me. I was second choice. And they said, would you like to? And I said, absolutely. Signed my paperwork. And literally by the next week, I was getting onboarded into Monkey DAO as an extension of their board, being the Gen 3 observer. And I went full power into that role. I didn't know what the role looked like because they never had someone in that role before. I don't even know if they really had expectations of what that role was going to look like, but they just knew they wanted someone to be the voice of Gen 3s to make it to where it wasn't so much discrimination, because there was a lot of context and history surrounding Gen 3 collection after all the, IP stuff and everything, and why Gen 3 was actually created was to help pay for the IP of Monkey Business. Um Not going to get into all that. That's a long story in itself, but essentially, they just wanted this role to kind of just break up that division, or help break up that division, help make people feel like they had a voice and that collection does matter. Um, and yeah, I spent all last year doing that. And I wanted Gen 3s to get to the point where it was going to feel like everyone was part of the family. And I really feel like not just through my own obviously hard work, but like through everybody, like I feel like that narrative changed. And that made me feel very accomplished. And in being in that role, I started attending more IRL events. I started going to a lot of these builder dinners with monkeys. Obviously, you guys know Monkey DAO is for builders specifically. Like it's well known in the ecosystem. Some of the biggest builders, I mean, Tolly himself, Raj, they all have monkeys, right? So anyway, I met my first bigger contract. I had contracts before for like community management or like, just maybe smaller roles, but I got my first larger role as a social media manager, and it was with Chomp Games, with KZ, who's formerly at Orca. I believe she was the COO of Orca. And we had a great conversation. I was at NFT NYC, one of the last hacker houses that was during NFT NYC week. And it was New York Hacker House. There was a monkey event. We talked, found alignment. She saw something in me and that I was waiting for someone to see. I was like, I've been here. I've been here. I'm hungry. Like somebody, I hope and pray somebody is going to put some faith in me or see something in me and take a chance on me. And eventually it's going to happen. I don't know when, I don't know how, I don't know who. And it was her. So I started working with them last year, and I was brought on for social media management. And after many conversations and maybe about a month of me just being really eager and having a lot of ideas and just taking initiative, she asked me if I wanted to be their head of growth. And of course, I agreed. And that was like, again, another validating and pivotal point in my career. Um, and it was amazing. It was amazing. I planned my first event with major sponsors. We had Orca as a sponsor. When we had like 4 major sponsors, we had over 1,000 attendees. This was during Breakpoint, and that event, obviously along KZ, but like that event, I ideated, I planned the theme, I helped plan a lot of the behind the scenes for that event. That was my first time. And she's like, I want you to take ownership for this. This is your first time. And I think you can do this. And we did it. And it was a hit. Everybody had a great time. We had a claw machine. It was just great. It was fun. And then, yeah, my contract with them ended. And they did some more fundraising. They had to do more fundraising. So they leaned out their team a bit. But I was super grateful for the experience. Still have an amazing relationship with them. I think they're going to do great things. And KZ is a phenomenal leader. She led amazing, and I learned a lot from her my time there. So that was an amazing experience. That led me to other experiences. When I went to Breakpoint, obviously, I met people there. And there was one in particular I met. His name was Dirt. You guys know Dirt. Dirt is amazing. Dirt saw me. And at some point, I was looking for another contract because my one with Chomp ended. And he hit me up and he's like, hey, I'm working on this project called Future, would love for you to be a part of it. It was basically just a tool for DAOs to just optimize DAO decision making. And yeah, it was just a startup. They were working on things and they wanted me to help with growth as well. So I worked with them for a bit. I want to say like 6 or 7 months. Same thing, funding. That's always the case. I've worked with a lot of startups. Unfortunately, funding comes into scenario and you have to continue funding or have enough interest. So they put a pause on it. They still have phenomenal tech, but again, phenomenal company, and it was amazing. So come around, I think the beginning of this year, I decided to go to NFT Paris. By this point, I had done really well. I made a lot of gains in the ecosystem. I was feeling on top of the world. I got to a point where I didn't feel like I really even needed to work, financially speaking. So I was kind of at that point, kind of chilling for a little bit and taking a step back, which I hadn't done for literally like 4 years at that point. And I just remember somebody asked me, they're like, are you going to go for board on Monkey DAO? And I was like, I don't know if I'm ready, to be honest. I've only been doing the observer role, and I feel like I've done it and people see me specifically as the observer. So I was like, I don't know, like, and I ended up doing it. And I was like, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to get elected, but hey, like that's the chance you take, right? Well, during NFT, or yeah, NFT Paris, Obviously, the execs were there at the current time, and yeah, we went to dinner, and they were like, "Oh, we just want to let you know, like, congratulations, like, you're on the board." And it was like a full circle moment, guys, going from literally spending money on a PFP years ago, getting drained, not being a monkey, getting kicked out of Monkey DAO, because when you don't have a PFP, Matrica will kick you out of a gated Discord. And I mean, that sucks, right? But I would have never believed you if at that point, when I felt my lowest, if you told me, don't worry, in 2 years, you're actually going to be on their board of directors. I would have thought you were insane. So, full circle moment. And it was definitely one of the highlights of my journey in Web3. I felt like amazing that night. I got to see the Eiffel Tower for the first time, something I've dreamed about since I was little. I went out with amazing people that just the vibes and the energy were just so high. And everybody walked away that night just feeling like, at least I did, I felt like a girl on top of the world, and I felt like unstoppable. But this is why you should stay humble, because literally 2 or 3 weeks later, I lost all the contracts I had at the time due to funding. A lot of them ran out of funding, and uh, unfortunately, there's a situation. Unfortunately, I can't really speak on. Nothing I did, but a lot of my net worth was in a particular place, and literally overnight, I lost most of my net worth again for the second time, except this time it hit a little harder because it was a lot more money. It was probably like 10 times the amount of money I had the first time. And it was like generational wealth type losing. So that was really, really, really hard pill to swallow. And I'm not going to lie to you, that day, I remember I was literally calling my mom like a baby. I was like resorting back to like being a child almost, like bundled in a ball on my bathroom floor, like crying, like literally saying like I'm done. Not just done with like crypto, but like done with everything, like life. And my mom was like, no, 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 no. Like she's like, let yourself feel this in this moment. Like don't do anything crazy, but like let yourself feel this in this moment. You need to feel this loss, and we're going to talk about it. She came, she spent time with me. Had to come to grips with what happened. It wasn't only me who experienced this type of loss, it was me and a few other people, but one in particular in this space who we are forever bonded, because we round tripped uh, generational wealth together. So we have a very, very special bond. I will not say who it is, but it is somebody else in the space that I'm sure all of you know. And yeah, we are forever bonded by that experience. We learned a lot together, and we got screwed over together. So yeah, there's that. But um, I wanted to leave the space at that point, and I was crying like every day, and I just was done. I was like, I can't do this again. If this happens to me one more time, like, I don't really know if I could ever recover from that. Because like as humans, we can only take so much. Even if we say we're good and we're resilient, we'll get through it. Like we can only take so much, right? So anyway, I a lot of my friends obviously were there. They were reaching out. They were concerned, and one in particular, they were like, hey, they knew I was like lost completely because I didn't have a job, and I was like financially like very unstable, and um I was also like very whiplashed and highly confused. I did have an emergency fund which would cover me about 3 months. So I had 3 months to find new contract, which is like a decent amount of time, but at least you would think, right? Well, during those 3 months, I probably applied to, I want to say, well over 150 jobs in the crypto space. In any blockchain, I didn't care what it was. I started applying for entry level roles, which I know my worth, and I know I'm definitely worth more than an entry level position, just from my experience and all the things I've done for companies alone and my credentials. But I didn't care. I was literally going for anything. I went for a cybersecurity job. The guy literally was like, "What do you even know about crypto?" That was his first question, and I was like, "Wow, actually, I don't think this is gonna work." And he's like, "I'm sorry, I don't understand." And I was like, "Exactly." I was like, "I don't think this is gonna work." And yeah, lots of interviews, lots of heartache, lots of just difficult. But I was like, nah, I'm not gonna fail. Like, it is not an option. Like, I've now been through the worst crap at this point. I feel nothing. I am cold. I hate people because in the process of losing what I lost, I learned a lot about a lot of influential figures in the space, if not most of the ones we all know. And I learned a lot about all the secret dealings that occur, and it's really disgusting, and I hated it. And I was like, this is what the space really is. I want no part of it, because I that is not the kind of person I am. And again, it's funny because I was like, oh, should I speak on this publicly? And I decided not to, because I'm not messy like that, and I could and ruin a lot of people, but I decided not to, because again, like I said, not messy like that. But it was just a really, really rough lesson to learn. Anyway, applied to well over 150 jobs, worked with recruiters, started working with like super team talent, which I highly recommend too if you're looking for a job. They were really great. But yeah, I'll never forget that post again that's pinned up. I was discouraged putting that out, and I was told like, no, 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 it's unprofessional. Like, if you want like a 6-figure company to take you seriously, 6-figure as in like that's what they'd be paying, because I was like, I live in America, and that's like, in order to sustain a living, like a decent living, you need to make it anywhere from like 70 to 100K to at least like survive. That's not even living lavishly, right? So I was like, listen, I need to find a decent job, something. Um, yeah, and I showed that to a friend, and they were like, no, 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 this is totally unprofessional. Why would you ever post this? No one's going to take you seriously. And I was like, you know what? At this point, I don't even care anymore. I'm getting declination letters from everywhere. Coinbase, Binance, like everyone was like, no, 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 we're not interested. They didn't even interview me. They were just like, we're not interested. So I was like, damn, I'm really like horrible. I guess I'm not what I thought I was. I'm nothing. Literally nothing. Like, I'm provided no value to this space. I don't even have 10,000 followers. I've been here for 5 years. Like, what am I? I'm nothing. So anyway, I put this post out, and DGen, or Tom, as many know him, he's the marketing head and BD head of All Domains. And I worked with All Domains, ironically. They were one of our sponsors for our event with Chomp last year. And I just remember working with them. And Tom reached out, and Tom was like, hey, I saw you're looking for a job. I was like, yes, I am. 1,000%. He goes, I actually really need a reply guy. And I was like, oh. It's like, I can do that. Absolutely. And at this point, it was either this, or I was actually going to go back to doing IRL stuff. And I was going to kind of just exit the space. Like, I was kind of done just being an enjoyer at that point. And yeah, he was like, no, no, no. He's like, yeah, like let's get on a call like the next day, and we'll see if there's some alignment, or if I have some work for you. And I was like, okay, cool, great. So I felt amazing, and I was like, oh, this is so nice of him. Like, I'll do anything now at this point. Like, I'll just whatever. I'll get it. I need a contract. Anyway, we got on a call. We felt great. I felt great about it. It just felt right. You just know when it feels right. And he's a really awesome guy. Learned a lot from him in my time being. I think I've been with All Domains now for about 4 months. But yeah, I was hired as a like supporting role to like help support the social media manager at the time, and just help with like partners, and just kind of like help nurture relationships. Kind of just be a support to the existing team. That was going to be my role. But he decided, I guess he had a think or a thought on like our conversations. Never even asked for my resume, by the way. Literally just went off, I guess. I don't know, maybe good word. I'm sure he talked to people that have maybe worked with me at different points. And yeah, that was, I guess, what he needed. He got what he needed, the information he needed. And when I got my job spec, because he said, I'll be sending you a job spec sometime next week, and then we can talk contracts and get things signed if everything looks good. And I was like, great. When I saw the job spec, it literally said ecosystem growth lead. And I had no words, guys. Like, I don't think you understand. Like, that was like, again, another one of those aha moments where I was like, wow, like, he saw something in me that maybe I didn't even see in myself, that I was like, I am absolutely capable. I just was like, what am I? This is crazy. Like, what? And yeah, things just started unfolding after that for me. And the friends I had met up with in Paris also had started up a company called Solutionify, and they were having me do some little side stuff, and they started getting, doing their pre-seed, and yeah, they asked me also around the same time to, well, maybe a little bit earlier, to be their CMO. And again, just again, one of those like aha moments where things just kind of start working out a little bit. And then for some reason, again, I had been a guardian in Soulflare, and I even had talked to the Soulflare team about possibly being an ambassador during Accelerate and things like that, right? And one of the Solutionify team members is an ambassador for Soulflare. So there was the conversations happening essentially, and I want to say reconnected because technically I had met Quix before. But I reconnected with Quix, I guess you could say, at Accelerate in New York. And he was like just really sweet, and really we like connect obviously because we're like, I feel like we're I don't know, we're just connected in some way. I don't know what it is really, but we reconnected. He interviewed me, and he literally was like, dude, you're amazing, like truly. And I was like, I didn't know what to say really because I don't really always take compliments super well, because I don't believe them ever. I have like horrible. I could literally throw flowers to people all day long, but if people throw me flowers, I'll accept it in the moment because I would never be like rude or anything. But like as far as me actually believing it, never, never. I am like that person. I'm like, no, no, no. Like I'm an absolute like joke. Like it's just it's one of the things I one of my personal things I grapple with, unfortunately. Like I just have to have more faith in myself, like at least as far as my accomplishments go. So um anyway, reconnected with him. He interviewed me. I don't know, he like what he said was so validating. Like he looked me in the face when he said it. Like he didn't have to say it, and it just was validating. Kind of like was almost like a good slap in the face. Like if someone throws like cold water in your face when you're like, going through something, that's kind of what it was like. And I really like thought about it the whole rest of the weekend. And um I don't know, it kind of like tightened my resolve to just keep going. And yeah, a lot of things just started happening from that point on. And I started reconnecting with like a lot of guardians. And then our social media manager, who was at All Domain, she did leave. And I was asked to help take over the ambassador program. And then I just started connecting with so many people, and these people have literally changed my life. Like it's actually crazy. I connected because I genuinely just like people, and I started connecting with some people that literally have like made me so happy, like happier than I've been in like years. That they just bring like this like happiness and kindness and resilience and care. And I always tell them, I'm like, guys, like seriously, like do not break my heart because I'm one of those people that's like, oh my God, like I love so hard. And I'm like, please, please, please do not screw me over because like I have my heart open to you. And maybe that's horrible and I shouldn't do that like I do, but I do. And it's just because I feel like everybody deserves a chance to have someone open their heart to them. And I hope to God that, I don't get screwed, but I'll never stop doing that because I believe, I believe in kindness. I believe our kindness can heal people, by effect. Um, I don't like I'm not an angry person. I've never been. Even in being a leader, I don't believe in being harsh. I like kind candor. I love critique. I love tactfulness. I believe in like when you're a leader, taking accountability. Like if your team is failing, don't blame your team, blame yourself. You're not being a good leader. Take accountability, in that sense. And I feel like just all the things I just grouping together over the past couple months, like I really was like, this is horrible. Why am I going through this? I don't deserve this. I've been so kind. I'm that person to pay for people in the line. I'm that person to give my leftovers to homeless people on the street. Like that's just the kind I just like people. Okay. So like I literally was like, I need to find a place where I'm gonna be because everyone kept telling me like you need to niche yourself down, you need to be more like mean, you need to be a bit more like tough on people, don't be so nice, don't say yes. And I do believe I shouldn't say yes to everybody, because that's not good, it's not healthy. But I just, everyone was basically telling me not to be me, and I was like, you know what, I think I just need to be me. And I think I started for the first time being me a couple months ago. And it's crazy because, like, the cliche saying, you catch more flies with honey, like, it's true. You do. Kindness, being truly kind and genuine, right? Not just doing it because you think it's more effective or you can manipulate people better. Because I know people that do that too. And I've met people and worked with people like that, that they're kind just because it's more effective to get people to be spurred into action. When it's from the heart, truly, from the deep depths of your soul, and you know that people need a little bit of kindness because they're probably healing from something, you can empower them to do things that they would have never even thought possible themselves. And that's what I lead with in everything I do. And yeah, I just stopped adhering to the standards that people were telling me I needed to adhere to. Telling me, oh, you need to just be focusing on community management and get really good at that, or focus only on marketing and just keep really good at that. And that way you're indisposable. And I'm like, no, I'm indisposable regardless, because I'm good at all of these things. And it's because at the very core of myself, all of these things involve appealing to people and connecting with people on a very real and raw level. And that's what I'm going to lead with. And I think it's working out better for me than it ever has in my entire life. And I see the direct results in my career, in my interpersonal relationships with people in the ecosystem. I think somebody's at my door. Yeah. Sorry, somebody's at my door. But anyway, yeah, that was my point. I can ramble a lot, so I don't want to ramble too much. But in a nutshell, that's like me really giving you a synopsis of my past 5 years and some of the biggest things that I've taken away. Those are some of my pivotal moments, career-wise, that I've really kind of just changed. I've pivoted a lot. But I feel like it's made me more valuable. It's made me more seasoned. I carry myself with a bit more confidence because of it. And I'm grateful for it. I really wish I didn't have to go through the things that I don't feel I deserve to go through. Especially when you are a kind person and you feel like you put so much kindness in the world, you're literally like, why am I being treated so poorly? But at the end of the day, it's not because life's intentionally trying to try you. I think just life at times is just simply unfair. And there's no real deeper explanation. This is just my take, obviously. It may differ from person to person, but for me, I genuinely think, like, unfortunately, sometimes bad things happen to good people, and there's no rhyme or reason to it. It's just how it is. But yeah, that's kind of that's me. That's Dev. That's yeah.
Yo, Dev Majesty. What can I say after that? That was an absolutely amazing insight. Thank you so much for sharing the last 5 years in detail. We've had a lot of people on the show, not just on the block. Before on the block, it was called TNL Show, and we normally ask the question, tell us how you come in Web3. And, I kid you not, and, I say this with chest in the sense of proudness. You've kind of really honed in on that question and elaborated so much. And you've kind of answered a lot of the questions I had set for you. So you done an amazing job on that first question Taddy asked you. So thank you so much for that. And there was so much to take away from that. And, I can see why you're an inspiration to a lot of people in the space. You've gone through so much, and I will still say a short period of time where actually I see crypto going. We're still early. I know it's a cliche thing to say, but you've gone through a lot of things, and it's just amazing to see how you've overcome certain aspects, and it's great to see where you are now. You're part of so many different things and great things, and as you said, more recently, you've decided to be you. And I think that's the best thing to do. and not conforming to what you should be as an influencer, but being yourself, being true to yourself. So, credit to you on that. But Dev, I'm going to pull this right back to the beginning of the show, where you mentioned you've got over 300 pairs of trainer or shoes. Did I hear that correctly?
You did, you did. It's honestly mostly high heels. Like I'm short. I'm 5'1". I don't know what that is in centimeters. I always forget. I think it's like 150 something, or I don't know. I don't know, guys. We're in America. Unfortunately, they decided to hit us with a whack metric system. But yeah, I'm 5'1", so I'm very quite short. 154 centimeters, guys. So that's what I had to. My family was like, "Hey, this is what it is." She's from Portugal. Well, she's Portuguese, has family from Portugal. But anyway, um, yeah, I'm quite short. So obviously, I gotta have heels. I need options to add to my height. And I always used to hate my height because I was like, it makes me look like a meatball being like a little short person, and I hate it. But you learn to you learn to work with the things that maybe you don't love about yourself. And like now I'm like, a proud 5'1" human. But yeah, heels help for sure. That's
Let's
why I have so
go.
many.
Let's go. Dev, you spoke quite in depth about your Web3 stuff. Who is Dev outside of Web3? Tell us a bit about yourself outside of Web3. What do you do to disconnect? What do you do to kind of get your mind off things? Um, who's Dev outside?
You know what? I love that question because as many spaces and as many interviews as I've ever had, no one has really ever asked a question like that. So thank you for that question. Um, Dev outside of Web3. Um, I am honestly like I'm funny. Like I'm like a silly person, a very silly girl, and I'm very, very, very spontaneous. Um, I wish that I could say I'm one of those people that plans everything through and like has a full itinerary for the day, but I don't. I am a the best way I can explain myself is like I'm a free spirit. Like I literally fly by the seat of my pants. And I hate that at times about myself, but I also love it because I feel like I inspire myself being that way. I'm very creative. I've always loved art and arts. Grew up obviously a theater kid. I went to Broadway shows. My parents, even though they didn't go to college, my dad was like absolutely brilliant. He easily would have been a doctor, easily. But he didn't believe in college, and he hated college. He hated the air. He hated arrogance, and he hated entitlement. And he just felt like he's like, what do I need a degree to prove, right? And now I feel like maybe he wasn't super balanced in that viewpoint, but because I wish I would have gone to uni, but like not that I could have. I didn't really we didn't have the money to go to uni, but like if I had the opportunity, I definitely would have gone to uni. But yeah, I grew up with being surrounded by arts. I love classical music. I play the flute. I was in honor band. So I love music, but specifically like orchestras and operas and things like that. I love old things. I love seeing history. History is something that I just believe is really special and kind of powerful in many ways. I love the world. I love traveling and seeing things and seeing cultures and being immersed by people that live differently than the way I do. And that's something that brings me a lot of joy. And more recently too, because it's funny, my parents never got their passports. And my dad unfortunately never got to because he passed away. But my mom, she got her passport to go with me to Singapore to travel out of the country for the very first time last year. And that was like amazing. And my grandma, same for her, but her first trip was Paris. And she literally looked at the Eiffel Tower and said, I'd never would have thought I'd ever see something like this in my life. And she's going to turn 80 next year. And that was probably, God, one of the most amazing moments in my entire life, to be honest. So, my family, I'm very family oriented. I love spending time with family. I love being out in nature. I'm a girly girl, but I definitely am not afraid to get my hands dirty. Like I like being outside. I don't care if I get dirty. Like Um, but I clean up well, I think. And yeah, I'm a big foodie. I love food, but man, travel and being with cultures is probably like at the very, very, very top of my list. Like, I love cultures and I love people and I love trying new things. And I'm a very curious individual by nature. So I'm always looking for new things to try. And I'm one of those people that's like, I'm pretty much down to try literally almost anything within reason. But I'm that person, man. I like float with the wind. I love being this way. It feeds my soul. I'm a writer, been a writer, won like statewide awards. One day I will write a book. I've been working on a book for a while, but it's going to take me a very long time to finish because it's a lot of like deeper things, a lot of like introspective type writings, but I love to write. It's definitely a creative outlet for me. I like to sing. Um, yeah, just anything that's creative and the arts essentially is just something that I freaking love. I'm the person to go to art museums. I'd rather go to an art museum than a club if I'm being honest. Um, yeah, the beach. Love the beach. Who doesn't? I also like going for an occasional hike. I may not make it to the top, but I'll give it my best try. Like I said, I'll try anything. But yeah, that's Dev. That's what I to unplug is just I need to feed my soul experiences and things that excite me, and that feed that curiosity, that little kid. I feel like that's that little kid in me. Um, I like Legos even. Like, guys, I literally, again, that might even be the ADHD talking. I will literally do anything and think like I'm gonna be an expert. Like when I first learned how to video edit, I was literally like, guys, I'm gonna look up as much information as possible and I'm gonna get really good at this. Or like graphic design, I'm gonna get really good at Like I'm just that person. I'll literally do courses on Coursera just for fun. And I have like all these stacked college credits just cuz I like learning and I like feeding my mind constantly. So that's what I do to unplug. I don't know if that's very relaxing, but my brain requires it, and that's what I do when I'm not working. And I like video games occasionally too. So I kind of like everything.
You were not joking when Tadu mentioned that he had to look at your profile, and so did I. The word Swiss Army knife came out,
Literally.
and he was like, literally, and it doesn't just reflect on Web3. It's like outside as well. You're so willing to do so many different things, and it's amazing. And I think you're right when you mentioned about life is good about sharing experiences, going through experiences, and I've got that same kind of vision, experiencing things, and I'm all about that as well. So no, it's great to hear, and taking mum out and nan out, that's amazing. That must be that must have been a really kind of proud moment, right? You get to go and travel with them. Unfortunately, some people don't have that opportunity. As you said, your father passed away, you didn't have that opportunity with him, but you have got to do it with your mum and grandma, which is goated. So yeah, good on you for that, man.
For
Good on
sure.
you for that, Taddy. This lady is living up to her name.
Yo, I mean, that intro alone on how you got into Web3 was, I laughed, I cried again. That was some serious shit. And my
Yeah,
condolences as well for your father passing away. Mine did as well last year. So rest in peace and my condolences.
same.
But that was amazing. Like just your journey into that was the best. What has been your journey into Web3 so far? And not only that, you're a natural born speaker, man. Like you didn't need any prompts. You went for it. You went full circle as well. And
Patty, oh my God, I have to tell you. So everyone tells me that, and I'm like, listen, I have to tell you guys. I don't want to say I cheat, but I have received professional training for public speaking. So maybe that's why I do it well. But I don't want. Maybe it is a little natural, but when I was younger, I was quite nervous. I would get nervous a lot, and then my mom wanted me to, um, be really good with Like she did everything to make sure we were very eloquent. Even if we weren't the smartest in the room, we could speak with eloquence and know what we're talking about, speak clearly. So, anyway, I just had to say that because I don't want people thinking that I'm just like naturally just good at speaking constantly. Maybe I am, I don't know, but I definitely received training for sure.
Well, it shows in Bravo because that was a beautiful intro as well. And when you say that you tell stories that stick, you do, you really do, and that's quite the journey too. I mean, it can pick out so many things out of that and like try to have you, expand on them. But I think you did such a great job with the intro that we're going to leave that intro for what it was. But what I do want to ask you about is your exchange art profile. How serious is that? Is that a hobby? Is that something that you want to expand upon more, or is that just something you do in your spare time? Like what's going on with your art on there? I'm loving it, by the way. Are those optical illusions of where it looks like a tag of a door, or are those actual tags of doors?
Oh my gosh, I have to see what you're looking at
Okay, let's see if I can post this
because
one.
I haven't been on my exchange art in a minute.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, you got a few on there. Some for bonk, some for soul. Some are tags. They look like tags of I don't know, like a doorway. And then
Let me look. I'm gonna go on and actually look so I see what you're looking at.
okay.
Let me
Yeah, because
go
you
on
got
my
some serious
exchange.
skills as an artist. Unless these aren't you and you're just posting art that you like, but holy shit. Like
Okay, no. So these are so the some of them are so let's see which one are you
so
looking at?
Octo Giraffe and Lucky.
Octo Giraffe. Okay, so Octo Giraffe was I am a huge fan of graffiti, like huge. I love graffiti. I love seeing graffiti in different places. Octo Giraffe was taken in a doorway, so I something about me when I go different places, I love doorways. Like I like seeing different doors. Doors are so different in every country. And I feel like doors are very symbolic for a lot of different things, new beginnings, new chapters, blah, blah, blah. So I just like doorways in general from an artistic standpoint. But when I see graffiti on a doorway, I like it even more. So, and at that point, when I was having my exchange art, I obviously loved photography and I still love photography, but that particular is an actual doorway. It is in Tennessee. There's like a alleyway in somewhere in I think it's Chattanooga, but I can't remember specifically. It might be in Chattanooga or I have to remember specifically where it was, but it's in Tennessee. And they had an old cars. I have pictures of the old cars. I don't know if it's on my exchange art, but I love to basically I'm trying to think of the best way to explain this without sounding like an absolute weirdo. I feel like when I see things in my eyes and in my little world of my brain, I see things like in color. And I almost like feel like I feel in color. And when I take pictures, the picture doesn't really showcase how I see it and how I feel when I see it. So I would take photography of things that I saw and I would manipulate it in like five different mediums, specifically mostly on Procreate, and to kind of bring it across as I see it, as I imagine it with my imagination and my creativity. So some of those are actual photographs that I've just manipulated to kind of be in my how they would be in my brain. And that's kind of like my process, and maybe that makes me sound crazy, but that's just me. That's my brain, that's my creativity, that's a creative outlet for me. So yeah.
No, I love it. I love it. No, you take pictures and you see it differently than what you take the picture of, and then you got to manipulate it to how you actually see it. It makes perfect sense.
Correct.
And I guess I'm a weirdo too, but no, I get it. I get
I love that you
it.
see me and you get it. Same thing with like Forbidden Cavern. So Forbidden Cavern is
Uh-huh.
an actual cave that I went into, and they had really cool uplighting throughout it, but it just the picture just seems so like not conveying how it really felt in person. Like, when you say people will literally be like, "Oh, but it's so much better in person." Like I'm like, "Well, I want people to feel how cool it is even though the picture doesn't convey it to that degree. So I will manipulate the hell out of it till I get it to the point where I'm like, no, this feels amazing. Maybe it doesn't look exactly like the original, but like it feels amazing. So the photo's taken by me and it's manipulated by me. And it just kind of like showcases like me, essentially. So
Well,
yeah.
I don't know how long ago that was, but please revisit that because I'm loving what I'm seeing on your OpenSea or your Exchange art.
I
So
appreciate it so much.
yeah,
Yeah,
hell yeah.
I love it. Even the jellyfish. So the jellies, bro, the getting those shots were so hard because I literally had to sit and wait. Like the one that's Partners is like one of my favorite. I don't care. It's been listed for literally like 4 years. Partners I love because it's literally two jellyfish that would stay next to each other. Like no matter where they went, they just stayed next to each other. And obviously like I love love, and I'm like kind of corny like that, but I love love, and I felt like they were like little partners that they just were inseparable. All their little whatever they're called, their little strings were all intertwined, and there's maybe they were stuck together. I don't know, who knows, right? But like I just love them so much, and I literally stood in front of that glass for like 45 minutes just to get the right angle, and then I of course manipulated it with some abstract shapes and whatnot. But um I would love to revisit it. It's just it is very time consuming, and this was like when I had a bit more time. I didn't have as many contracts, but I would love to revisit it. I do have pieces I've never released, but art for me is literally I'm not looking like I have them listed, and those were like prices from like forever ago. I've never even updated the prices, so I'm sure they're like more expensive now. But like um yeah, I've sold quite a few. There are some people that have some pieces that I really love. So I've done like an Audrey Hepburn piece. I did like a tattoo piece that one of my other friends who's an artist has. Um and yeah, that meant so much to me at the time because they supported me. It was like 10 soul per piece at the time. And that was like a huge deal for me because I was like, bro, who's gonna buy my art? Like it's kind of like it's just my little weird brain. Like who's gonna actually like find this remotely appealing or interesting? And like people did. My friends supported me, and it meant so much to me at the time, and still does. And knowing that they have those pieces like forever is just like amazing. Like the Audrey Hepburn piece. Audrey Hepburn is one of my favorite people. We know and love her for being an amazing actress, but in real life, she was a philanthropist, and she loved exactly that love I have for like other people in other countries and going places and serving people. She was like that, and that's why she's one of my biggest inspirations. So the piece I did, it was my very first art piece I ever listed, and it's owned by Lowbrow Native, who's now gone on to be like this phenomenal artist. Just not only in Web3, but doing like real showcases at actual studios with the likes of a lot of other really well-known artists in the space. So I'm grateful that she was one of the first buyers of my very first piece that I created, and she encouraged me to keep creating, and that always kind of stuck with me, even if I'm not like always consistently. I wish I was more consistently creating art, but yeah, I have to buy out the time. That's what it boils down to. You got to buy out the time to do what like excites your soul. So that's why I appreciate even SMS, like seeing him go do graffiti in his spare time, because this man's always busy, but he buys out the time to literally go do what he loves. And I love that. I respect that. I respect the hell out of that. So um yeah, it's a process. We learn and go as we are humans. And maybe one day I'll get the balance just right. But until then, I'll keep dipping my fingers in and trying to create and fuel my soul with creative outlets.
Let's go. Dev, let's talk about all domains, right? Um, I think me and Taddy and Wes, we've all got domains with SNS, right? Tell us why we should have a domain with all domains and talk to us about it.
For sure. So I think obviously there's a stigma, like we're obviously competitors, we're both domain services. I love the team at SNS. I love the team at All Domains. They're both phenomenal teams. For us, I think for us as All Domains, we are more, I want to say like community centric in the sense of we have TLDs, which are obviously unique and they can create gated experiences. We also have renewable domains. So like obviously when you buy a SNS domain, yes, it's nice. You pay one fee and you have it forever. But then there's some people that maybe want to switch it up, or maybe like you think, okay, we see like there somebody has the Dev Majesty handle on Twitter, right? And it sucks because they got it like 7 years ago and nobody ever posts on it and it's empty. But because they have it, they're the owners of it forever. And it kind of sucks for the people that maybe come along the way later on and want that to be their brand. So having renewable domains as well as having these domains that you don't have to renew is nice because it gives people the opportunity to obtain domains that maybe people got way back then just cause maybe they were just like domain squatters and they forgot about it, and then it can actually go to somebody that this is their actual brand and name. So I think the biggest thing it boils down to is like, what is your purpose for your domain? What are you using it for? Same thing, like we offer .sol plus. That's not something that I don't think anybody else offers. It can turn your .sol into a revenue generating asset should you decide to sell it at some point. That's really good for people, maybe stack domains like Nike.sol or something like that maybe a major company would want to buy later on down the line. It just secures you in the metadata getting 40% royalties on it for life, like for as long as it exists. You will always have passive income anytime that domain is sold, which is kind of nice. Especially if you're somebody that likes to stack and collect domains. It's a cool upgrade. Um, and yeah, then like I said, we have the TLDs, we have the bridge, we have uh, integrations with. We want to start integrating more with games to gate experiences specifically with having their own TLD specifically for their games. um, there's a lot of capabilities. I think a lot of people may sleep on because they don't know like the full offerings. They think we're just another naming service, and that's like farthest from the truth. That's why we even call our point system the all domains experience, because everything is connected kind of to like your social handle, utilizing, we call it the all domains advanced algorithm. And basically it connects all of your social um, interactions and connections to your domain. Should you want to do that, right? You obviously have the choice. You don't have to do that, but it's something you can do. You can stack those points. And obviously we have TGE coming up. So that's, take that, do with that information what you will, but it's just a completely different experience, I guess I would say. I think if you're looking for like your forever, and we sell .sol domains as well, but like, maybe SNS is for like you finding like your forever. I obviously got a .sol when I first came to the ecosystem, so I have like my original Dev Majesty .sol was with Bonfida when Bonfida was around. This was way before all domains even existed. So, I don't think I think a lot of people want like maybe there to be like a PvP, or they're like, what do you guys have that they don't? I think it really just boils down to like their offerings versus like what we have. We have just a completely different set of offerings. We're also multi-chain. We're on multiple different SVMs. Monad mainnet should be coming soon. So I think we have over 800,000 domains with Monad, which nobody else has. So we're not just like limiting just to like, .sol or .solana, right? We want to expand to communities and other SVMs and maybe other chains in the future. So offering like our SDK for like all kinds of games. We've been talking to games, different gaming platforms, especially now with the PSGA one is going to be dropping soon. The Sui Play just came out, so there's going to be, I think, a gaming wave that we're going to start seeing. A lot of cool games are dropping, and that's a prime opportunity to integrate having like TLDs where you can get experiences specifically to your game users, and they can make their own usernames attached to their wallet. It just enhances the experience of just the user experience, and it looks nicer than a 24 character address. And it makes it a bit more personal too, which enriches the experience in my opinion. So just a completely different set of offerings is really what I would say. It really just depends on what you're using your identity for, what capabilities you want it to have, just different things like that. I think is really what it boils down to. But it's all love to any. We're all championing the same thing, which is decentralized identity. So there's never hate in that way. It's always love.
I don't know if I'm rugging or not. Daddy,
No, I can hear you.
you can hear me.
I can
Oh,
hear
okay.
you. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I think my network keeps flicking to Wi-Fi for some reason, even though I've kind of automatically turned it off. But anyway, thank you for that, Dev. Thank you for that. And if anyone is not following Dev or All Domains, make sure you go and check them out. As Taddy mentioned, not financial advice. Do your own research, and everyone's big enough in here. You can understand what's being offered, and they can check it out and make an informed decision. Dev, quick question: how are you finding the show so far?
I love it. It's been really cool, really chill, and I don't feel really nervous, so that's always nice. Sometimes spaces got you feeling like you're in interrogation, and like, I can take the heat, but I just it's nice when it doesn't feel like that. It's nice when it's just like a genuine interest in like what I'm doing, what I'm building, who I am, the person I am. So, yeah,
Then,
that's where I'm at.
how have you kind of found it? In terms of being a female in the Web3 space, how have you kind of found it? Have you found obstacles, challenges, and if so, how have you overcome them?
Oh, for sure. This is always like a pretty loaded question just because unfortunately, like I've had really great experiences, but I've also had really, really poor experiences. Obviously, being a woman, there's just a stigma that maybe you're a secretary for someone or like you're a personal assistant or just that you're not as reliable. I've sat in boardrooms where men have the utmost respect for me and they really appreciate the value that I add and bring. And then I've been in boardrooms where I've been literally asked verbatim, "Oh, I thought you were the secretary. Are you going to be taking notes?" And it's a constant back and forth. Have been told like I'm maybe too emotional as a woman to be like a founder or like lead anything. That's been hard, that I would need to be a lot more harder or cutthroat or be more critical and be a bit meaner to be in a lead position of any sort. That's been some critique or feedback I've received. Um, Not necessarily asked for, but definitely received. And yeah, I just feel like it's a lot of back and forth. It's great, it's not, it's great, it's not. Obviously everyone assumes you're a guy. I feel like that used to bother me more. It doesn't so much anymore because it is unfortunately, not unfortunately, but it's just it's a male dominated space. Like it's just what it is. There's nothing, I can't change that. I'm one woman. I can't change the demographic of predominantly what's here, but I think there's a lot more women than there used to be, which is really nice. But I think it for me it's always just whether you're a man or a woman, like, are you just a do you get your stuff done? Are you empowering? Are you kind? Um, how's your energy? Like, I think that's for me what I just started looking at and appreciating. And I stopped caring so much about, gender roles, gender titles. Um, and I just started just looking at people for who they are and not assuming that it's just because of a gender. Now, that doesn't go without saying there have not been times where I was absolutely 1,000% discriminated because I was a woman, especially when giving an idea or input. I'll never forget that there was this one team I worked with, and I gave these phenomenal ideas, and I knew they were great because they just felt so good, and even the reaction was like, "Oh, these are really good. We'll have to talk to the team about it." And I'll never forget the ideas I brought forward to the person that was like kind of looking over me in my position. He decided to propose them to the big boss and said that he's like, I came up with this idea the other night and I think it's absolutely brilliant. And I didn't have the gall to speak to him or to confront him about it. I just felt so used, and he was praised for the ideas and they went with it and he got all the credit and it was on the timeline, and I could never own that success because it was taken from me. And that's not just one time, that's happened many times, easily more than 4 or 5 times while I've been in this space. Then there goes, other times where, decisions are being made and guys will do this thing where not all guys, and I think it's maybe not just not guys, but I think guys can maybe do a bit more because there are alpha males, and they will, you know, talk louder than you or overpower you. And I'm not one to yell because I don't think it's necessary in any scenario. I think it's like the ultimate form of disrespect if you raise your voice to another human being. There's no acceptable scenario to do it in a professional setting, in my opinion. Even if someone's being like very disrespectful to you and you feel like incited to yell, it's time to just leave. Take your leave. Do not spare a single ounce more energy on wherever or whomever it is that you're spending. And maybe that's a hot take and maybe not everybody agrees with that, but I don't like it. I don't like people getting angry or talking over, dominating over people because I just don't like it. That's just me personally. So, but that's definitely happened to me before. And I know I talk to you guys a lot about like my insecurities and things I grapple with like privately, but understand if I was a outwardly weak person or outwardly just like a little shy and gentle person, like I would have not been able to last in this space because you do have to be you got to be a strong and powerful person, but even more so, God, if you're a woman, you got to be a strong ass woman. So, and I am, but like I yeah, I just there were times where I just was like I got overpowered, and they're like I have the final say even if they were below me seniority speaking. So it happens. And yeah, those are just some experiences I've had, and it sucks, but I can say this. There are phenomenal. I am not a feminist. And I always like to say this to people because I do talk on this and I do think there are a lot of, dare I say, injustices that go on, but I would never blanketly state that there's outright discrimination against because I've had more good experiences than bad, but the bad ones I've had are really horrible. Um, and like disrespectful at times, even at our IRL events, like, you know, guys going out and like just saying, oh, look at these, blah, blah, blah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, hey, guys, like, I'm a woman here, guys. Like, you forgot I'm here. Um, but again, majority of my experiences have been with amazing, powerful, strong, kind, and brilliant men, like truly brilliant of all ages, like from 19, actually even younger, because Wombat is a phenomenal guy, and he's like in senior year of high school, and he's a person that's always been so respectful to me as a woman, and I've always appreciated that, like, immensely. So um all ages, all ages, and it's been amazing, and I'm just glad, and I'm hoping that my energy has to do with that in the people that I'm attracting to be around me, people that have that good energy, um that makes me feel good. I'm hoping that I'm putting out that good energy, that I'm attracting that good energy. So, but yeah, that's kind of what I would say in regards to that.
You are, no doubt, no doubt. You are giving great energy, and thank you so much for sharing those experiences. SMS, I see you with your hand up. Go for it.
Yeah, this is my debut as the co-host here, so I just wanted to flex that a second and ask a question. Dev, I love everything I hear about you. Hearing more insight in some of these topics is a little bit more eye-opening for me, but I think that you said a couple things I want to highlight, like the vibration connection kind of thing that you feel with some of the people, you being yourself, and like you are a magnet to that. You're going to attract the people that like you want to be around, and like you've navigated the space, but it's no surprise to me to see how like it grows exponentially once you just start believing in that. You said some other stuff about how, as a woman in the space, and I have a lot of respect for this because it's not a, taken aside. It's just an observation I've had for the last 5 years. Some of the most successful women, they say this is a male-dominated space. If you don't understand that, you're going to be playing an uphill battle the whole time. You don't have to make it harder. Just know it's a male-dominated space, and there's certain men in the space that want to see women succeed the same as anybody else. You know, me being one of them, having 4 older sisters. So like understanding the perspective, like it's not a man's space, but it was dominated and kind of started that way. Being a woman, accepting that and saying, I don't care, I'm still going to flourish. I know this going into it. Like that's a strong mindset to have. And then just to go back on top of the strong part, just being that you had experiences in the space. Let's say, hypothetically, karate combat set up. You versus who? Man or woman? You get to pick.
Well, I have to pick for real.
Oh yeah, you got to pick. That's a great
Oh
question, by the
man,
way.
guys. I'm gonna be biased and say guys, man. And not because you know what? I'm gonna say this, and this is a really hot take. Do you know that my experiences with women are nearly neck and neck with the bad experiences I've had with the guys? So unfortunately,
Oh, I
that's
believe it. That's why I wanted to give you both the options
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah,
And I
yeah.
know, and like I knew this was a little spicy, but it touches on all of the stuff that makes you. And you released something to me when there was like quicks versus you thing. I was like, oh, hold up. Nobody told me the background here. You're beat. I'm not. I'm just gonna leave that. You got the floor. It's up to you. You don't have to answer, but I thought it'd be a fun, spicy little take there.
Yeah, yeah. I love my guys, man. I have so many like really strong. My mentor is Maurice. I try not to shout him out too much because he's like, no, no, don't do that. And I was like, okay, I won't. Like, I'm always respectful of that. But I have to appreciate him so much because he's been such a inspiration and a phenomenal friend to me. And I think to each other, we've really inspired each other in so many ways. Or at least he's just expressed that to me. And he's always rooting in my corner. So like if I had to grab someone quick in the space and it just so happens to be a guy, it's probably a guy. But that's again, I think that's also because it is male dominated. 90% of the people I work with are men. Occasionally it's a woman, but unfortunately, yeah, I've had like not the best experiences. And I think it's because women, and I understand this as a woman, but I don't always agree with it. It's like I think we can get defensive or maybe even territorial, and I'm not territorial like that. I think I really just want as many people to win as possible, as long as they're doing what's right and they're doing right by people. So, but yeah, it is spicy because I've never really talked on that, like my experiences with women in the space, because I usually am talking about my bad experiences with guys, but I've had really bad experiences with women because women can be very mean. Um, I don't know why, but they can be, and usually it's unwarranted or it's not like it's not necessary, right? Like for me, I don't even believe in myself half the time. I can't really fathom like feeling like I'm competing with other people. I'm trying to get myself together. Like I don't know. I don't fully understand it, but unfortunately I think that's just people in general. Maybe not just women, but just people in general. I maybe get defensive territory. I don't know. But again, when that happens, I usually just kind of distance myself, and I just know that maybe that's just not the group or people for me. I've also met some like really powerful and inspiring, like amazing women that have literally like been like, nah, 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 like you got this, let's do it. So, I don't know. Yeah,
All right.
it would probably
Well,
be a
let me.
guy,
If I give
honestly.
you, all right, if I give you examples, would you pick one out of the three?
If I had to pick between like a guy or a woman, is that what you
Yeah,
mean?
like
Like,
Haktua or Thread Guy.
ew, nah,
You got
none.
to pick one or the other to fight in karate combat.
Oh, to fight in combat?
Yeah, in karate combat.
Well, the red guy would beat me because he's a guy and he's probably stronger than me. But like, I could take Koktua for sure. But
Without a
like,
doubt.
but like,
It's just for fun. It's
fuck.
just for fun. Like if you had to fight somebody, who would you pick? It doesn't have to be for real. That's
SMS, listen, I would get beat. I'm a lover girl, man. I don't like to fight. I'd like kickboxing though, but I don't like to. I'm just a lover girl, man. But like, oh, if I had to, probably Hawk Tuah, just because I feel like I'd have better odds of winning. But if I had to go against Thread Guy, like I'd probably get yeeted because like it's a guy naturally. If I was a
well, you
guy,
didn't say no, so at least we can say like, well, she was at least going into it knowing like, hey, this might not work out, but I'm swinging for the fences here. But no,
I'll give it
I'm
my
just,
best shot.
in all honestly, just a little cider note or a lighter note on everything. But I really got a lot of respect for you, what you do. I think you lead in a powerful way that isn't like, oh, I'm a woman. It's just by example. And I think that people in the space, men or women, are gonna take notice of that. Like I'm inspired by you. I think I tell you that from time to time. Like, yo,
Yeah.
you're killing it, and like I see the stuff you do, and it's like cool. I know if you're grinding, I got to be grinding. And days that are harder for me, when knowing that there's other people that have been through hard situations, it's like your story inspires us all. So keep doing your thing, and I appreciate your transparency with talking to everybody here.
Thank you. I appreciate you. You are also very inspiring. Always motivating. Guys, if you want to be motivated when you wake up in the morning, just like watch SMS's stories on Instagram. Like I swear to you, it's like having a trainer like yell at you when you wake up in the morning, like, get out of bed. You need to eat your breakfast and there's no excuse for you to be lazy. Like if you need that in the mornings, which sometimes I do because I just want to be in like my jammies and like hug my pillow, but I'll watch the stories and I'm like, oh, okay, let me get out of bed and have my coffee and do some work.
Yo, that was great. I love that. And SMS, if you don't use that on your spaces, we're putting that in the rapid fire, the karate combat question. So hope you don't mind us.
No, that's my
I'm still.
contributions here, brother. By all
Let's
means.
go. First time as the co-host, and he's already improving the show. Let's fucking go. JW, my man. I see your request. We'll break everyone up for questions and answers very soon. I promise, man. And thank you for joining the show, man. It's been a long time coming, and I'd love to. Please don't leave because we're not bringing you up, but we'll bring you up shortly, please. Um, I did have a question about. You said 40% royalties on .sol domains.
Yes, for life. Every time they're sold.
Because I got some goaded ones. I will not even lie. So I need to look into that because
Yeah, if
that's not.
somebody sells it, or I'm sorry, if you sell it, you put it
Uh
up for
huh.
sale, or someone sends you an offer, you accept it. Your whatever wallet you attach, like, will be, I guess, put in the metadata once you upgrade that domain. And yeah, you will get a percent. I believe it's 40%. And then SNS, of course, because it's a SNS native domain, and then all domains gets a percentage. So everybody gets a little piece of the pie,
Okay.
but you
Well,
get the biggest piece for
yes,
life.
I love it. I love it because I got quite the bag of .sols for when everyone migrates to Solana. I'm ready to go.
Yeah, I think a lot of people stack them, especially during the like LFG campaign when they were like $1. So like I recommended, I'm like, hey guys, if you stack domains during that campaign and they were like heavy domains that you don't like, if you plan on keeping a domain forever, like for me, my Dev Majesty, like obviously that's forever. So I wouldn't upgrade it per se because I don't ever want to sell it. It's mine. So if you plan on keeping it forever, I don't recommend like a .sol upgrade is not for every single domain. It's but if you plan on selling it because you have some like really fire like memes or companies, whatever have you, those are prime for royalties to be on. And yes, you have to renew it each year. It's not that much, but like literally, bro, think about it. If God forbid it, say a domain sells for like shoot, I'm throwing a random number like 500K or something, some absurd amount, right? You never know. That's 40% literally in your pocket. You could get a random payday like 5 years from now just because somebody buys a domain that you sold literally like 2 years ago, but you upgraded it to .sol plus. So it's really a slept on alpha. Um, I actually created a video for it. I should launch it. So you guys, I think not
Hey,
enough people
Dev,
understood it. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to ask about the way you saw them. Is there a marketplace? Is it automated? Do you just set it, forget it, or can people bid on it? Like, how does that work? Do you get alerts on it? Because like that's something I'm probably going to forget about. But I'm just kind of curious how you guys have that set up, or if there's like a bigger marketplace set up for that. Just curious.
No, it's just like a regular, like exactly how you would normally sell. I think it's wrapped as like an NFT or whatever, and it's like in the metadata once you upgrade it to a .sol plus, and that whatever wallet you set up that got put in the metadata, just make sure you have access to it. It could be, I don't know, whatever wallet address you want it to be that you know is going to be secure in the long run, and it
All
will just automatically get
Domains, like
sent.
their site.
Hmm?
That's from All Domains' website, though. That's what I'm asking. Like, where do you go for that?
Where do you upgrade it?
Yeah.
On all domains, you'll see there's an area there that lets you upgrade to .sol plus. You'll see your
But that's where you
.sol.
would sell it to, though, right?
You can list it. I believe you can list it there. Like, I believe there's an option for you to list or get sold. I think it shows up as an NFT. I feel like it's sold in the NFT marketplace. I think that's how domains are sold in general.
Oh,
Because like
okay,
mine
okay,
is an
okay.
NFT.
See,
So I believe like when people buy or like bid on them, they're just done through like your normal NFT marketplace because your domain gets wrapped as an NFT
gotcha.
and
So it
people
shows
just
your
bid on it.
handle
But
as
when you
the image right
upgrade
there.
it,
Got
yes,
you.
when you upgrade it, I believe like our standards, we wrap it as an NFT, but your wallet address, whatever one you have linked for the upgrade, will be the one
Hmm.
that forever is ingrained in that metadata to basically have those royalties sent to. Anytime it's like when you have
Gotcha.
royalties turned on to an NFT collection, like for that specific NFT, those royalties will forever go to that wallet as long as that domain exists and is transacted upon anytime in the future. It's like seriously a really good alpha for passive income, especially because I mean, in my opinion, I think we're still super early still. And I think obviously domains, they're literally going to be something that people need to have. So yeah. Oh, and I didn't even mention earlier because I know we were talking about all domains. We also have .id domains that you can use not only for like a wallet domain, but you can also use it to host websites. Like they're interchangeable, and that's a pretty unique offering that we have that I think is appealing to businesses, right? Because they can literally have people send it to that wallet address, but also that same wallet address is their actual website. So that's kind of cool.
Let's go. Oh, go ahead. Look, I'm gonna step on your toes.
No, it's all good. It's all good. I was going to ask, Dev, you're already doing so much in the space, but have you thought about where you want to be in the next 5 years?
I think about this every day, and it's funny because I feel like my answer changes every day. For a while, I really wanted to be a founder, but I see there's so much required, and I just know I would need to be in a very, very stable financial position to be a founder because it does require a lot of like bootstrapping, especially in the beginning. And I do have a very good Rolodex of connections, if you will, that I'm sure would support me. But it's difficult. I built a clickable prototype um, for Review, which is like a platform that I had been sitting on conceptual speaking for like maybe 2 or 3 years. And it was called Review, and the premise was literally it just being like a really cool like on-chain review platform for people that maybe have no exposure or maybe they don't know every single platform in the space. And they can literally look up reviews from real users that have used that platform and like what maybe a little blurb about what the platform is, their offerings, a link to docs, things like that, and just kind of this hub of information and reviews of people telling you like what to use and why they like using XYZ versus sifting through it on Twitter. And I think we've seen other people create maybe similar things now as of late because eventually I it was a matter of time. It's a tapped market, like the not a tapped market. It was a market that I didn't see was being tapped into, and I saw people tried and maybe weren't wildly successful, but my approach to it still as it stands would have been very different and is different. But again, it's not something that I'm actively seeking funding for yet. I have some things I want to accomplish and focus on first, but I have everything for it. Like I wrote my deck I think like 2 years ago. um and yeah, it's there. I have it there. People that ask for it, I'm always happy to show and share. But yeah, it's a large undertaking. It requires a lot of funding to create and build. And I need to also have a dev that I align with that shares a lot of my core principles and how I feel about things to execute something of that caliber. And that hasn't happened yet. And I do believe in good timing, not perfect timing, but good timing. And I don't feel like it's time just yet, but it is there. You guys are all welcome to. It's a a very lonely page, if you will. But yeah, everything's packaged and it's there. it's not the time for it just yet. And I want to be when I do one day become a founder of something, maybe it is Review, like I really want to be a phenomenal leader. And I feel like I need a little bit more before that can happen, because I want people to be able to feel comfortable depending on me. And I want to have a little bit more under my belt before that happens, if that makes sense. So, yeah, that's where I hopefully see myself in a few years, is being a founder of something that I truly believe in and stand by. And I mean, more than anything, I just want to be happy. Whatever the hell I'm doing, I just want to make sure whatever I'm doing, I'm happy doing it and I feel fulfilled, regardless of whatever the hell it is. Because I realized in this space, I could literally sit and plan out everything to a T, which is why I don't anymore, because literally it changes every second. And I just stopped bothering, because I realized opportunities and experiences slap you in the face on a daily basis. And, a lot of them are not the best. And you're just kind of like, okay, that's not going to work. But then occasionally you get that one opportunity, that experience that literally will change your life or change your world, change your everything, the trajectory of like what you thought you were planning out. And then your plans change. So I have a plan, but am I sticking to it to a T? No, I don't, because the space doesn't allow that. So, yeah.
Appreciate the honesty, and yeah, Dev Majesty as a founder. I know you've probably won over a lot of people if they weren't following you already from this space. So appreciate your time and efforts in sharing so much stuff with us. Taddy, I know you were going to ask a question. Go for it.
No, she covered everything. I mean, I could ask all day long, but I know I want to hear how she does on rapid fire. I don't know if you've listened to our show before, but we have a segment called Rapid Fire where we throw some preloaded questions to you and you have in between 10 to 15 seconds to answer with your gut. Um, are you ready?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Okay, Luck, you're running that today since Wes isn't here. You good?
Yes, sir. Yes,
All
sir.
all
Let's
right, I'll
go.
hand it over to you.
Before we do jump into the rapid fire, just want to remind everyone this rapid fire and this episode is sponsored by Gotham Labs. Make sure you check them out from the pin tweet in our Jumbotron. It's probably the first or second pin tweet, but as you'll all know what Gotham Labs does, it's supporting over hundreds of Solana projects in the services they provide. But Dev, let's jump into it. As Taddy said, I need rapid answers, girl. Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
Let's go. Most underrated Solana NFT project.
Galactic Geckos.
Most overhyped mint ever in Solana.
D-Gods. Utes. Oh my god, no, Utes. Utes.
Woo. Okay. Most memorable rug that you've been part of.
Balloonsville.
What active community, in your opinion, has the best memes?
Memes. Oh my gosh. But I'm not a part of them. Damn. I'm gonna have to say Monkey DAO because I'm not in. But if I was in Galactic Geckos, I would definitely say you guys have the best memes, straight up.
Okay. Name a current NFT project that hasn't fully reached its potential yet.
Oh, that's a hard one. Ah, damn. Quick. I'm gonna say Friends Factory. I think they're doing great.
Okay.
Love the art.
Which project, in your opinion, has the best art?
Best art?
Yeah.
Damn it. That's a hard one. Quick. Oh my gosh. Guides. I love the Guides art. I just saw Johnny's PFP. Guides art is fire.
Okay, and I'm going to ask you the same question, but this time it's which project has the best utility?
Best utility? Damn. Do not tell Quicks I said this, but Famous Foxes got bomb freaking utility. Please do not tell Quicks. He will never let me. He will never let me hear the end of it.
Oh, good.
They do
Okay.
have
Okay.
great utility.
In your opinion, who is the most opinionated person on CT?
Jesus. Oh my God, that's hard. Opinionated.
Yeah, it's someone who just chimes in on everything.
Damn.
Laugh out. At first, I thought she said Jesus, as if Jesus had a crypto Twitter account, and I was about to
Yo,
bust
I've
out.
seen
Oh my
Crypto Jesus.
God. Dude, I don't know. There's so many. Yeah, I'm stumped on that one. I have no idea.
Okay, we'll skip that one. Name a Web3 collaboration you would like to see happen.
Mm. You know what? I'm gonna say Monkey DAO and Famous Foxes.
Okay,
I
okay.
want to see them build something together.
Yeah. No, fair enough. Which cold storage wallet do you prefer to use?
Ledger,
Okay. Favorite Solana NFT marketplace.
Tensor.
Okay. You've got 10 Sol, Dev. I don't want you to buy all of the 10 Sol full of domains. I want you to buy some NFTs. What NFTs are you buying with 10 Sol?
Oh my God. Ah, this is so hard. I don't even know what the floor price is right now. Honestly, my next NFT realistically would be a gecko. I really want a gecko, but I don't know if that's 10 Sol or more or less.
It's No, it's less than 10 Sol. You still got a bit. You probably can pick up some other stuff as well.
Okay, so I would
But
definitely get a gecko
mhm,
and probably a famous fox. I don't have a famous fox.
okay. In your wallet, Dev, you hold an SMB, a DGOD, and a Mad Lad. Burn one, flip one, stake one.
Okay, I'm definitely staking the Mad Lad. What's the other two options? One was to burn, right?
One's burn, one's flip.
Oh, damn, no. I'm on the board at Monkey DAO. We're gonna have to stake monkeys, even though I don't think we can stake our monkeys. But guys, if we could, I'm staking the monkey, okay? Mad Lad will flip, and we're definitely burning the D-Gods. I'm sorry.
Okay, that's cool. That's cool. If you could, Dev, if you could lead any NFT project, what would it be?
Monkey DAO.
Monkey DAO. Okay. Dev,
I'm getting
you've
fired.
been amazing. You've 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 only skipped one question, and yeah, I think you absolutely crushed that. Taddy, what are we saying?
Yeah, she's home runned it. Home runned it. Sounds like Monkey Down needs to hit up Gotham Labs though for a staking solution. Is what it sounds like to me. That's what I heard. That's what I heard. But that's just my brain and how it works. But no, you crushed it. How are you liking the show so far? You have been a legendary host. We've had a lot of legendary guests. We've had a lot of guests on here that have crushed it, and you have crushed it so far. It's been a pleasure interviewing you. Just I know we're not done, but I just wanted to let you know it's an ass. How
I
are you
love
liking it
it.
so
You guys
far?
are great, and this has been super fun. Like I love it so much. And I yeah, you guys are just a great crew, and I'm super glad that I came on and got to tell my story. I always enjoy being asked about my story. It's nice because I'm like, wow, people care to like they want actually want to know about like what brought me here is like I don't know, it's like validating. It feels good. So I just appreciate you guys for even thinking of me to be on here.
The pleasure is all ours, and we appreciate you accepting our invite. And we will move to the next stage, which is Q&A. Anyone want to come up, throw some flowers, say hello, ask questions, please, by all means, request to speak, and we'll pull you up.
We've got Laser coming up. Before I go to Laser, I know SMS has got his hand up. Go for it, brother.
That was love hearing about your story, and excited to see what the future holds for you, because there's literally no limits. You know that. It's nothing we got to tell you. You're preaching to us now. But I do want to let you know that this is streamed, and it was about an hour 48 or 49 minutes where you said do not tell Quixis. So I wrote that number down just so I could make sure I could clip that section,
Ah.
because that was part of the reason I was doing this. Is I want to make some fun, takes from this, and some of the, the good parts that really tell the story. So if you guys are watching this, just repost it. It's going to give more notice and eyes on the block, with Gotham Labs and Gains NFT. Love the crew, what they got going on doing this. It's a lot of fun to be part of it, so I appreciate that. But yeah, Dev, keep doing what you're doing, man. I'm super excited. I'm sure there's going to be more parallels down the road where more opportunities come out for you. So keep it up.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Just before we go over to Laser, SMS, thank you once again for doing this. Really appreciate it. SMS is opening up another world of kind of marketing to me, so we really appreciate him kind of streaming this for us. And yeah, definitely make sure you drop SMS a follow as well as Dev, of course. Laser, thank you for coming up. How are you doing today, brother?
Hey, how you doing? I mean, another banger space, and a huge shout out to SMS, JW, Lucky, Taddy, everybody that's here, and especially Dev, who not only is a trailblazer for many of us, but just to hear her story, and even in different perspective, even from this space, you get to kind of understand the journey that was never easy, right? It takes time, it takes effort, it takes that consistent persistence, and you just got to keep banging on doors. You got to keep knocking on doors. You got to keep, like I said, building the domain, right, to better the network for the Web3, and huge ups. And I had another space where I was hosting, and my sister was listening in when Dev was speaking, and she's very inspired, and I want to thank her for that, to being inspiration for the woman, and especially my sister, and for all of us, because we do look up, and it's folks like Dev that we know that we're in the right hands and the right motion, and just keep on going, ups and downs, and that's how the ship will float.
I appreciate you, Laser. We are kindred souls.
Oh, let's go. Laser man, appreciate you coming up and sharing that with us. We've also got JW up on stage. JW, what's good, my man?
How we doing, everybody? I saw that we were giving Dev flowers, so I was like, I gotta come up on stage and contribute to that. Good to see everybody. Yeah, I am in a closet essentially at the Solana Summer House venue, going through all of our boxes of inventory, getting ready for our event this week. But yeah, no, it's Dev. I just like, in all honesty, very happy I know you. You're a lovely human, and a lot of what you said resonates with me too, because I was just grinding in the space for a long time, like knowing that I have a whole fuckload of value to contribute, and getting passed over left and right. So I'm, you know, doing what what you're doing, and I'm just like doing my own shit now. So, and look at us now. So I'm excited to see what you do when you decide to take off on your own and Solana Spaces, and we'll be here to help in any way we can. And I just tripped while saying that, so ignore me.
I love that you're in a closet right now, Johnny, because that is the most Johnny thing I've ever heard. And
Yeah.
I appreciate it. And I wish I was there at Summer House with you guys. I would be all over that. But I'm taking a little break. I got some big things coming up in the month of September with the companies I'm working with. So I have to grind it out a bit this month and the following. So I'm busy, but I wish I was there. And I know it's going to be an absolute banger. And you guys are going to kill it as usual. So I appreciate you. And I appreciate you coming up. And guys, definitely, if you're in LA, the 5th through the 7th, make sure you stop at Solana Spaces. They're going to be, I believe they're giving away a Seeker. That's what I heard the other day in
We're,
Spaces.
we're giving away 20 seekers, actually.
Oh, Jesus. Even more,
Yeah.
guys.
So 20 seekers. Yeah, a lot of giveaways, a lot of exclusive drops. We've muraled Solana and a bunch of Solana IP onto the front of a building on Melrose Ave, and yeah, doing some exclusive drops with Cleanosaurs and Raposa, Entropy. We have like, it's going to be insane. So lot of live art from Wetico and No Legs, and Robbie Shillstone's going to have like a fucking movie director's office set up inside of one of the conference rooms here. It's going to be nuts. So come on out if you're out here, or fly out if you're not, or drive, or hitchhike, or take a train, or horse and buggy. I'm running out of transportation options, but you know what I mean. What's up,
Johnny,
man?
Johnny, you're
Are you
Chad,
coming,
man.
man? Are you
You know,
coming?
it's been, yeah, hell yeah, brother. You know how long overdue our
I know,
IRL
man.
meetup
I'm so
is?
excited.
I will be there.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
I'm I'm scheduled for Friday and
Let's go.
Saturday, so I'll be there both
Let's
days,
go.
man. Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, it's been long overdue, man. I can't wait to give you a
Likewise,
hug
brother.
and see what you've been building, man. So thanks for hopping up and throwing
For sure.
flowers to Miss Majesty because she's earned it, man. She's earned a believer in me, and I'm happy to know her. So looking forward to this weekend, and let's fucking go.
I'm pumped, dude. Can't wait to see you.
Yeah, you too, brother. Skeets, what's good? What you got? How you doing today?
Yo, what's up, gents? Another banger on the block. Always getting the best quality conversations out of people, man. And something I really appreciate about you guys. But Dev, I mean, just hearing your story is so inspirational. I mean, I've not known you too long out here in the space, but it was just great to to know you as an individual, but also just to hear about your story, your background. I think it's so inspirational for people that are coming up in the space that have been through some bad times, some rugs, whatever it is out here. It's about picking yourself back up, and how you do that is on you, and it's super inspirational. But I had so much in common as well, like all everything about like the opera, classical music, going to the art museum rather than the club. I love all that shit. But yeah, it's just amazing to hear your story. So I just want to give you some flowers, and give you guys some flowers as well. Taddy, Lucky, absolutely love the block and what you guys do here. It's very podcast esque, and I'm a podcast guy. Um, yeah, I love it, love it. Big shout out to Mr. SMS as well, man. Absolute Chad is also inspiring to me. Again, I've not known SMS too long, but just following him and looking, watching his streams and watching him post things, it's just it's super dope, super dope. But shout out to Laser as well. If you want anything Laser in the space, Laser is your man. Laser Ace.
Yo, let's go, Skeets. Laser, you should clip that. That was a really good promo there for you. So, no, Skeets,
Thank you,
appreciate you
thank
coming
you.
on. Skeets, appreciate you coming on, man. We will definitely we do need to tie down a date for you as well. I know we had you previously booked, but obviously IRL stuff comes up, and we totally respect that. So we'll definitely get you in the diary for an episode for On the Block. Dev, how does it feel? All of these people coming up, giving you flowers.
I it feels good, but it's just like I have to like believe it myself, and I think that's always hard, if people are like telling you like, "Oh, you're inspiring," and like, yeah, I have to really make sure I'm present and like in the moment and really like letting it penetrate to my heart, because it's so easy for me to be like, "Oh my God, dude, no way. Like, I don't believe this at all." But it's validating, I guess, in the best sense. And I greatly appreciate anybody who believes in me, supports my journey, supports me, um, sees me for like who I am and who I want people to see, as far as like my true inner person that I feel like was like, oh, I can't share that, or I can't like just be raw, or like this is my feelings, this is how I feel, I can't do that. Like, knowing I can do that and empower people at the same time is just very validating. So I'm just grateful to have the platform and have the means to do it, and grateful for spaces like yours that give me the voice, and give me the platform to do it. So grateful, beyond grateful is, I guess, the best word I can convey uh, to how I feel.
No, I think we all love this space. I think, especially your story, your journey, and what you've been through, the struggles, but the the highs and lows, as you mentioned, and a lot of our guests have mentioned they've gone through highs and lows. But they take away the highs. My good friend Taddy here always says you got to take an L to get the W. And yeah, it's been amazing hearing your story, Dev. And if there's any other people that want to come up and ask Dev any questions or throw her some flowers, feel free. Taddy, back to you, sir.
Great space. Love it. And believe in yourself, girl. Believe in yourself. Because there's no reason not to. There's only one you. Believe in yourself. You got this. And what I got from listening to your journey in this space today is that if there's one thing you are, it is a survivor. And who doesn't believe in survivors? You know what I mean? After everything you've been through, you're still here. You're stronger than you were. You've been through countless drains and you're still here. You're a survivor. So I believe in you even if you don't believe in yourself. And I look forward to the one day when you wake up and you're like, you know what? These flowers are valid. I got this. So believe in yourself. And until you do, we'll keep believing in you. So you just let us know when that day happens and we will celebrate that day. But we appreciate everyone rocking up to throw some flowers. Oh, Skeets. Yes, brother. What's good? What's good?
Yo, I know this space is all about Majesty herself. However, I just wanted to ask a question about all domains, really. And you guys need to, if you guys have both got Taddy, Lucky, if you guys have got the SNS, domain, you need to get one. You need to get another one anyway with all domains. But what my question really was, about all domains. So obviously, we all know that, that they do domains, things like that. Is there anything in depth that you can tell us about all domains that is coming up in the near future? Like, are they advancing into anything else other than just doing domains?
Ooh, very good question. Sadly, it's one I cannot answer, but there are definitely there are definitely things that they are working on. But again, a lot of things. Anytime it's an integration like that, that may be separate from like what we all know, which is like obviously just domains, or integrating them in some way and other things. It's oftentimes, not only is it complicated, but if it's with another larger company, there's a lot of legalities. And most of those legalities require NDAs, unfortunately. So we have to stay quiet until it's absolutely done and ready to launch. And then you don't find out about it until the day it launches. So unfortunately, I can't give any secret alpha about that. But I can say, obviously, we have our TGE coming up very, very soon. Everybody's been asking when for a minute. We announced some time ago. But again, TGEs, they also require a lot of legal back work, as well as just a lot of work in general, coordinating with everything that goes on behind the scenes in regards to token. So um yeah, that's going to be something you'll probably look forward to a lot sooner than the other possible integrations and whatnot. But um yeah, there is something big coming up soon that's not a token, but I can't tell you what it is, guys. I'm sorry, but it is something you're definitely going to want to turn post noties on, and you'll know when you see it because you'll see my face shortly after. Um, and yeah, that's all I can say about that. But yeah, get prepared to be sick of my face over the next couple of months. I did a lot of studio content and filming for things that we have upcoming, so definitely turn on post notice for the main account. And yeah, that's all I can tell you. I'm sorry it's not more. I wish I could give you, like, have you guys all in a room and just tell you exactly everything I've been working on because you guys would be beyond bullish, but just know it's really amazing. And I know that's vague and boring to hear, but that's what everybody says. It's going to be great. Just stay tuned. Uh, and yeah, follow the journey.
I've got one last question.
Yes.
You like baseball, right? I think you said that to me last time we talked. You're a baseball fan?
I like everything, but yeah,
Uh,
I like
all
baseball.
right. Well, then I was just making sure you like sports and all because I couldn't remember exactly. So football season's coming up. Who are we rooting for? Because I know you're back and forth between states that are definitely different divisions. Just
Giants,
get
1,000%.
the
I'm a giant.
all right.
I
Hang this
know.
up. Wrap it up.
I
It's a
know.
wrap.
I know.
The
You're gonna
block
hate me
is
because you're
shut.
from Philly. I
This is a
know. I
wrap.
know.
All right, guys. Thanks for coming
You
out. This has
knew.
been a great night, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. See you next Monday,
Go
5 o'clock.
Cowboys.
Toodles. Oh my
Go
God. This
Oh, I don't know
is
what's
I
worse.
Oh,
what
mean,
is
ouch! Did he say
happening?
Cowboys?
yeah,
No,
but
he didn't.
I think it sucks to be the Cowboys
I
fan.
will tell you
I
guys
think
It
there's
sucks
a
to be the
this.
Cowboys.
disconnect going. I think Twitter's rugged.
I
No,
am in both my fantasy leagues have A grades, and I am very
Oh
stoked for this
my!
I'm
season.
in one of those leagues, Dev.
I know, and I am ready.
But
I
yeah,
opened
Be
up a can of
prepared to
worms I
get
wasn't ready for. I
wrecked.
shouldn't have done that.
I
I
just
should
want to
not have done
say
that.
that I hate being a Cowboys fan. Like, I'm not proud of it. It sucks because
Yeah, I'm not proud to be a Giants fan,
every
guys. We've sucked since the last Super
okay,
Bowl.
but
You know
the
what?
last
I
Super
like
Bowl
you
was
guys as fans.
recently. I'm a Cowboys fan. Everybody hates me as if we're like a. Everybody hates Cowboys fans because they treat them like they're like Patriots fans. But we haven't won shit for so long. We have the worst owner in the league. We're a laughing stock. Like, it sucks to be a Cowboys fan. It sucks. I wish I was. I wish I wasn't. So
So,
to be
so you're
honest,
really happy about that latest trade? Is
I
what I'm
mean,
getting.
to be honest, like
He's got to be doing something crazy though.
to be
I'll
honest,
say that.
to be honest though, like that was kind of a haul for him. Like that's it was a they got a lot back for it. But I like
Yeah.
Jerry Jones is a fucking idiot. I'm sorry. Anyway,
Oh, I find pride in knowing that you guys don't like your teams. At least when the Eagles sucked, we were proud of our shitty team.
yeah,
And even though we would lose the games, it was like, yeah, go Birds. But
yeah.
anyway, all love and at the end of the day, it's all fun and games. But sad to hear that, Dev. I would at least want Miami Dolphins for the Christ's sake.
Hell
Jesus Christ.
no.
I mean, they're better colors. It's more fun to watch the games when they lose. Come on now.
Then we
You're
wouldn't
up in New
have
York.
this like amazing rivalry that like
You could
has
have went with
stood for
Tampa,
like
and we could have
decades. Tampa's
Jacksonville.
no.
All of them suck, but like still, you had Nick Foles down there. You could have had that. I
I
mean,
look better in that royal blue.
no,
So, you know.
no, sorry, I'm not agreeing to anything I'm listening to. But hey, at least you gave us your answer. All right, wrap it up, folks.
That's hilarious.
That's an
Well,
angry Philly fan for you guys.
they're angry
That
when
was
they
very
win.
mild
They're angry
tempered.
when they lose.
It was. You could have been more harsh, but you held back, so I appreciate that.
Saquon Barkley is all I'm gonna say.
Oh god.
You're gonna see
Well, I
Saquon
say
Solana. Sorry,
no. You're good. You're good. Well, boo
Saquon
and
Solana's
yay.
coming out.
Saquon Solana. Is that a meme coin? Is what's the ticker?
Oh man, see, I'm sorry. I opened up a can of worms with just one question, and here we are. This has been fun.
SMS, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you coming up as a co-host and for streaming as well. Bro, you're a legend. Love it. Thank you. Thank you so much.
No doubt, bro.
And Dev, boo and yay to no alpha on all domains. But I like surprises, so I'm looking forward to the surprises that you drop. It doesn't look like anyone else is coming up to throw flowers, so I'll take this opportunity to do final thoughts, go around the room, and I will start with JW. What's good? What you got?
Just full sprint towards this weekend. So Solana Summer House is. I'm gonna eat, sleep, breathe this until this weekend. So if you're in LA, come out, pay my rent by buying shit from us and having fun. Yeah.
What a pitch. I love that. I will definitely help pay your rent. I will definitely help. Good stuff, brother. I can't wait to see you as well. Laser, I'm heading over to you next. What you got, brother?
Great space. I hope we all could take some takeaways from it. And like you said, on the block, man, on the block, we're taking it, we learning from it, and again, we lasering it. Lasering in the blockchain. So honestly speaking, man, I know Solana Summer's right on the Friday. Man, I'm in New York, but hopefully next time I'll reach out. I'm with the kids this time, but definitely gonna see however I could come out to more events, and that's for everybody here. Go to events, man. Meet up. I went to Solana Accelerate, met with Ginsu and all these guys, Los and all these people, man. Felt like, it's like brothers and sisters that you see behind the screen. You're like, yo, shit. You're matching the voice to everybody. But I'm like 4 feet too, so you might need to like look down. But yeah, it was awesome, man. Great space, and hope to see the next one.
Laser, appreciate you, man. Thank you for always turning up, man, and the support. Love it, brother. Love it. Skeets, I'm heading your way. What you got?
Yo, another great space, guys. Yeah, fucking, it's been great. I've always been learning everything that I possibly can up in these spaces, and yeah, I think the fact that Dev didn't answer the question has just led to being even more bullish about all domains, and you guys need to go and get yourself one for sure. That is the alpha. And yeah, even more bullish on you, Dev, and all of you guys, to be fair. Shout out to everyone in the listener box. If you guys aren't aren't following anyone up here on the speaker panel or the person next to you, then you're probably in the wrong place. You need to go out there and support one another. And yeah, just be kind always.
Love it. Love it, Skeets. Wise words. Love it, brother. Thank you for your support as well, man. SMS, I'm heading your way. And I thought you were dropping out, man. You stayed the whole time. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I'm glad I was able to give the undivided attention and hang out. These are fun to do on Monday nights. It's definitely one of the staples of finding like a space and a voice. You can learn a lot just from tuning in and seeing what the people building Solana and on Solana are doing. So you guys are doing a good thing. Dev, I mean, you know how I feel about you and everything you're doing. Excited. Anything I can ever do for you, I'm just a DM away. So let's cook.
Let's go. Let's go. Dev, I'm heading your way. Final thoughts.
Oh my gosh. Trying to surmise, this was a phenomenal space, first of all. I'm definitely going to start tuning in. You guys are great hosts. I felt amazingly comfortable and just, it was great. Um, yeah, I want to just thank everybody, like I said earlier, who has supported me in my journey. Maybe we just met, maybe you've known me for years. I appreciate you so, so much. And I would not be here without you, even if I just met you, because again, you're part of my journey now. Like Skeets, SMS, you guys have affected me regardless of how long we've known each other. So I'm just excited to have you all in my life in this point of my journey. And I'm incredibly blessed. And I always I agree with Skeets, always be kind, but I always say, also always be humble. No matter what point of success or life you're at, you can be happy but always be humble. Stay grounded. So that is my biggest always piece of advice. I've had a lot of friends, they make it, they do well, and they're not humble anymore. So always stay humble, and yeah, don't forget where you came from, and empower people, inspire people, give people their flowers. If you appreciate something about them, or you admire them, or you just have love for them, like, tell them. Don't keep it to yourself. I'm always that person. It's like, if you see something you admire, tell them. Don't keep it to yourself. It does no good, and that may be a catalyst for them to they go on to do something amazing, because you literally empowered them in that moment. You never know the impact your words have. So yeah, keep doing that. You guys keep doing what you're doing with Gotham Labs, Taddy, Lucky. You guys are legends. I need to meet you guys IRL now, and we need to vibe IRL, because that's like my fave. When I can literally hang out IRL with you guys. Maybe you'll be at Breakpoint, but if not, I'm sure our paths will cross IRL. And yeah, I'm always down. You guys ever want to run a space? Just hit me up. I would love to. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, by the way, Taddy. Enjoy that barbecue and your family. Same to you, Lucky. Anybody else who's, chilling the rest of the day. Enjoy yourself. Touch grass. Enjoy the rest of the holiday.
Dev, love the space. Your Twitter handle definitely represents you as well. You are Majesty. Love everything you represent. And I do have one more question. I don't know why Lucky didn't ask it, but how do you like your steak?
Oh God, I'm gonna get roasted for this because everybody's gonna say medium rare. I like mine
Don't you
medium.
dare.
I like mine medium. I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
Don't
I
hate
told you
me.
wrap it up. I told you wrap it up last show, bro.
I'll
I
take medium
can't. I
over
gotta do
shoe leather.
medium. I gotta do medium.
That's fine.
Medium rare is just too much for me. I can't. I'm
That's fine.
sorry. I know. My brother makes fun of me all the time. I've come a long way, guys, because it used to be medium well. And
My
before
mom
that, it
does the
was
same
well.
thing. My mom does the
So
exact same thing, and she says she doesn't want to eat meat off a bone. I'm like, it comes from, but what? All right, never mind. Different
I'm
conversation. But
headed in the right direction. Okay, guys? Give me time to progress. But I'm at medium right now as we stand in 2025. Maybe next year I'll work my way down. But for right now, it's medium.
I feel like everyone, when they start getting into steak, feel like everyone goes to like overdone because they don't really know like how to appreciate a steak. Like I used to be exactly the same where I was like medium to well, but now I'm like more medium because I'm just like I'm a lazy chewer, man.
Medium is just fine for me.
I'm cooking a steak tonight. I'll show you guys what it should look like.
Oh God, it's gonna be bleeding.
Did
Was
Skeet
that the
say
one
he's
the
a
size of
lazy
your hand,
chewer?
bro?
A lazy chewer.
The lazy chewer, yeah.
Skeets, I'm with you. We can go to dinner. How about that?
Well, I just need something good like if something easy to eat, like I'm
I'll
there
low key
for
just
it.
get fish
Like,
You
and
guys want
chips
a
and call it a
smoothie?
day.
pasta dishes. Yeah, smoothie, man. A good protein shake. I'm there
Skeets.
for it.
Oh, I love you, dog.
Skeets did not disappoint, brother. Oh my gosh. And you know what? Medium is fine. At least it's not shoe leather. I think Wes would approve. He wouldn't be too disappointed, but had to get that one out there. Lucky. I'm coming to you,
So
brother.
over here, by the way,
What's up?
Taddy, if people have it rare, we call it still mooing. Have you heard of that saying?
Definitely. Definitely. That's how my father-in-law likes it. He likes his still mooing.
Like literally run into a field and just going chomping onto a cow.
Yeah, I've also seen him eat pig's feet right out the jar. So he's a different breed of savage. So and disgustingness as well. If you ever seen anyone eat a pig's
I'm
foot
disturbed.
out of a jar, it will change your
I'm
life.
so disturbed.
It will
I
change
can't.
your life. Yeah, yeah, it will change your life. I shit you not. So yeah, there's that. But that's a whole nother show.
Do
That's
not
a whole nother
marinate that
hoof.
at all. Do not marinate that. Keep it out of the kitchen. I don't even want this thought in my head anymore. Good Lord.
Yeah, he's a pig farmer, man.
That's
Grew up on a farm
disgusting.
in Louisiana, so
That's
I
it's
fair.
can't.
he's OG. He's OG.
Different kitchens, different folks.
No doubt, no doubt. But he likes good food, but he also obviously likes very, very bad, disgusting food. Um, well, Luck, I'm heading your way. You got some final thoughts on this?
This was a banger space. I briefly heard Majesty on different spaces on a profile, and I thought, oh, she speaks so eloquently, and you can hear her talk for hours, because she's not just waffling on. She just drops gems and stories, and I like storytellers. So Dev, thank you so much for taking the time out and sharing your story, and I'm glad that you'd be willing to come back on the show. That would be amazing. And obviously I've got to thank everyone that's tuned in and listened to the show and supported us. And if you support Dev, please make sure you like and repost this space so more people can hear her story. That would be amazing. And special thank you to SMS, who's kind of live streamed this for us. It's our first live stream for no, actually he live streamed his episode first. This is our second live stream. And SMS, thank you so much, brother, for doing that. As Dev mentioned, there's always great people in the space, and you're one of them. I'll definitely kind of tap in with you and learn how to do it, so we don't have to kind of bug you for doing this. But we appreciate you taking the time out for doing it. Skeets, Laser, thank you both for coming up and asking some questions and throwing flowers. And it's been amazing space, Taddy. It's gonna go down as one of the best spaces that we've had. So, Dev, well done.
In 100% agreement on that as well. Thank you all for rocking up, SMS for streaming and for co-hosting as well, and staying the whole space. I know you have obligations, but the fact that you stayed, truly appreciate you, man. You're a legend. Dev, love it. What a great space. I'm a believer, and I will, like I said, continue to believe in you until that day you believe in yourself, and then I'll believe in you even more. Skeets, Laser, thank you so much for coming up and throwing flowers as well. And of course, our listeners, we couldn't do this without you. You're all legends in our mind. Time is our most valuable asset. And the fact that you rock up and listen to us interview all these unique people, we couldn't do it without you. And we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And everyone in the U.S., happy Labor Day. Enjoy, touch grass, enjoy your family. And till the next show, love you all. Stay safe.